What's going on, black man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Hold on, make sure. Yeah, I have my other mic turned. Okay, now there it is. Okay,
there you go.
What's going on, Sugarfoot?
Nothing too much. What's going on with you?
It's here and there and everywhere. Just in trying to learn and trying to behave in these YouTube streets as much as I possibly can.
Okay, wait a minute. That sounds like some fishiness going on. What's been going on with you? What have you been doing?
I mean, I've been having some controversial shows lately, and
I think your shows have been very, good. What's so controversial about them?
Well, I had a couple of calls today about what happened. What the show that's coming up on Tuesday is going to be. Somebody didn't like it. I got an email from someone that went on YouTube and got my email, sent me a long email, and said that I should leave the children alone. It's very creepy that I would talk about children making their own decisions about their sexuality, and I need to stop it.
Let me get this straight. So it's creepy that you would be bringing awareness to the world about what they're allowing in public schools for our kids. So is it just creepy, the actual thought of it, or the fact that it is going on? What were they talking about? I mean, you should shut up about it. They don't want you talking about it. Is that going to make it go away? Or are they supporting the fact that these young people are being taught that they can make their own decisions?
They're supporting it.
Ooh, are you serious?
They're supporting the fact that the children are making their own decisions.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay,
I got a long email, and I was like, man, it's a lot. I mean, when I tell you long, you need to stop it, and I'm going to get some people together, and we're going to come through, and we're going to come on your chat every time you go live, because we're sick of it, and kids should be able to make their own choices about their sexuality, no matter what age. And I mean, it's just long.
Black man, they really said that a child can make their own decision about their sexuality. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ashton's in the chat. Ashton, I'm gonna
drop the link for you in a little bit. Ashton, thank you so much for being here. We're gonna drop the link because tonight's show is Should Men Change to Accommodate Modern Women? And black man, you know better than I do where I got this from. And I actually, I was listening in the background and I heard that, and I had to make sure I heard it correctly. But on your show on Barbershop on Friday night, I heard Mr. Ashton say, all you OGs, y'all come on now. Y'all know we in modern times. Modern times calls for some changes. Am I saying it quite right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So my question is, should men change to accommodate modern women? I wanted to add too, but I guess this kind of includes everything. But I want to add marriage to that also, because I also was watching your show and the young ladies refused to say obey. So I was just wanting to know how men actually feel about the fact that I'm going to say they need to change, but there is an era of them being submissive, I suppose, to the new modern woman, and if they're willing to do that, and how far are we willing to negotiate? How far are men willing to negotiate that, if any? So we definitely need to talk about that. But before we do that, I want to say hello to a few people and thank them all for showing us support, and let y'all know that we appreciate you both. And y'all listen, make sure you go over tomorrow night and support Black Man Unfiltered. That's going to be tomorrow night. It's going to be, what time is that show? I want to make sure I say it because I feel like you're going to have a good hot show, and I don't want to
8:30 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Should parents disown children when their beliefs are different about their lifestyles? So it's going to be
So that's why I'm telling you, because that's why I'm saying that, because we already know that there's going to be somebody or some people there that is there to derail the show. So y'all make sure y'all go over and show him support tomorrow. JG, what's going on with you? I'm ready for this one. JG, I'm gonna need you. I need to know what you think. Mr. Gilbert, I need to, all you men and ladies, I actually need to know what you all think, because guess what? This is for you all. Listen, me and black men are old married couples. Not coupled, but we have two separate spouses. But y'all know what I mean by that.
Right.
Clement, great. What's up, Clement? It's good to see you. We need to understand what you all saying, because maybe we do need to make some adjustments. Maybe we do need to adapt. Maybe what we've done in the past, black men, hasn't been working.
Yeah.
Just maybe. You don't have to answer that. Unconventional one. Hello, hello. How are you? It's good to see you. Sugar Curls. Hello. How are you? Wayne, what's up? Dr. Steele, it's always good to see you. Beautiful, beautifully animated speaks. How you doing tonight? Fifi, it's good to see you. I'm so glad that you're here. Well, I guess Mr. Boss. Cheeky, what's going on? It's good to talk to you, Cheeky. I hope I can see your face sometime soon, because this is right up your alley. You can tell me and us, Cheeky, whether you think that men need to adjust for today's modern woman, or do y'all just need to draw the line in the sand and be like, nope. Okay, wait a minute. Jolie, I think I missed somebody. Ashton, there you go. Hello, Black Lexicon. What's up? Sugar Bum, I see you here. Hope you're smiling today. I think I got everybody. Black man, did I miss someone? I'm supposed to have my glasses on. John the Baptist, what's going on with you?
Sent you a super chat. Yeah,
yes, sir. Oh, he says, modern men have to change to accommodate modern women. Is that right? Modern men. Okay, we got to talk about that. Modern men have to change to accommodate modern women. All right.
And that's what we were alluding to on Friday when they changed the vows. Mm-hmm.
Right. We're going to find out. Tisha, what's up? It's good to see you. It definitely is. Y'all, listen, I am so happy for all that support us on a regular. Y'all are always here, and we thank y'all for that. Classy and Covered. I think I saw you, because I love your name, but I don't see you anymore. Oh, there you go. Hey, how you doing? Antonio, what's up? Yeah, it's good to see you also. Okay, so listen, if I miss someone, y'all, please, I'm going to say hello in the beginning, but throughout, Mr. Boss will put you up on the screen if we haven't already said hello. And if we take a minute, we definitely will say hello to you. Make sure you put all those nice comments and questions in the comment section. We will read them, and all super chats will be read also. So, Black man, would you like to go around the world a little bit? I mean, I would, because I got some questions for you, because I know you did a couple of shows, some daytime shows, which I totally love, but I was just not at the right place. I wish I had more of a notice, but I know I don't matter anyway.
No, yeah. They was pop up. I was like,
this boy is on fire right now. What is going on? I can't push the button. I'm all in the wrong. But you did a show on is her name Carlee? Am I getting
Yes, Russell?
Oh, Miss Russell. Now, listen, I saw a video on Miss Russell yesterday, I think, and there was a woman after Miss Russell threatening to beat her down.
Did you see what happened today?
I did not. That's what I want to talk to you about, because I the last time I've heard anything outside of her being threatened, outside of like a restaurant or what have you, that was it. So now I'm coming back to you, because it was your show. I didn't do anything on Miss Russell, because I simply believe Miss Russell is telling a lie, and Miss Russell needs to be found guilty of doing just that, if nothing else, but lying to the FBI, fined for having to pay all those people back that came out there, all the man hours that she took, she needs to pay for. Now, that's one thing. Now, on the other hand, now listen to this. On the other hand, if we are finding that Miss Russell is suffering from some type of mental illness, she may need to be evaluated, because either way, I'm looking at it and it's extreme, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so maybe she did this for clicks and likes. I don't know anything about her, or just attention. But even if that's the truth, wouldn't that person be, suffering from a little mental illness if that was what they were doing? Either way, what do you think? I mean, I don't know.
I think that, and I know this is going to be cruel. But after today, because you got to know what happened today.
Catch me up. I don't know.
Today, the guy came back today.
What guy?
And the chief of police, or the FBI guy, or whatever.
Oh,
one of them.
Okay, I thought you meant the guy with the orange hair and the bald. Okay.
Yeah. The midget that was looking for. He came today, and he said he had a news conference today, and concerning Carlee Russell.
Okay.
And he said, "I'm speaking on her behalf today." There was no baby. There was no kidnapping. I spoke with her. She says she's going through something.
Okay.
And she admits that everything was a lie.
Wow.
So she is a liar.
Yes.
And she did it to get some attention. Now, the second part is, I hope this is not true. The second part is that this is someone said it. Now, somebody said something about some Cheez-Its a week ago, and then it was true. So this may come out to be true too. So don't hold me to this one, guys, until it comes out, because she lies so much, it may be true. That she did this because her boyfriend broke up with her.
Now, let me tell you something. I felt like this was male related, but let me tell you what I thought. I heard she had a boyfriend, but I thought maybe she met somebody online and she needed that 48 hours to go be with that person. So her parents would not know. Because I did feel like, for some whatever reason, I don't know how old the young lady is exactly, but I still think that her parents kind of run a tight ship, and she can't just leave out the house and be gone laid up with a man for 2 days. You know, that's not the way they run their house.
Well, according to the news conference today, the mama's in on it. So my thing is,
wait a minute. Slow down. Wait a minute. The mama's in on the fact that she's going through something with her boyfriend, so she would do this to get attention.
Her mother knew. Her mother, and I said this in the show prior to them coming out saying she's a liar, right? Get the sound effect ready for the liar. I need to hear my boy today. But she said, the mama got up there, oh, I know for sure somebody kidnapped my daughter. I know all of my children. And you know when your child is lying.
They liars, bro. They liars.
There we go. She knew that what was going on with her daughter, and she knew her daughter has done this before.
Oh, wait a minute. Did it before?
Oh, yeah. Her daughter has done, not to this extent, because the daughter didn't mean for it to get this wide. She didn't mean for it to go nationwide, right? She meant for it to be local, but it blew up. And now she's like, oh, damn, the FBI involved? Oh, they're going to figure me out. So that's why she didn't came clean and said, I'm a liar. Right.
But black man, wait a minute. When you put a child in something, when you say a child is on the side of the road, you're not intending for that to go viral. Is that what you said?
Yep. And she done cleaned out the damn GoFundMe that had damn near $50,000 in it.
Oh, stop. No.
Oh, yes. This is a lying individual. Now I've seen a picture of the young lady. She's a very attractive black young lady. But this goes to show you, I had a conversation with my 16-year-old son today. I said, look how cute she is. She's a beautiful girl. And my son said, oh, she look good. I said, now I'm gonna show you what she did. Daddy. Oh yeah. See, a cute smile, big butt, big breast don't mean anything if it ain't right up here.
Well, listen, even though she's playing these games, she must be sliding into some form of depression, but she's gonna have to do some time or pay some fines for all this. Did I rhyme? Oh my God. Oh, black man, what you doing to me? She's gonna have to pay for this, because this is not funny. And this doesn't make any sense for her to have to go to this extreme to get her boyfriend's attention. And where was she at for 48 hours?
But well, hold on. Because the guy today, when they brought up charges,
okay,
he didn't say they were going to do any. There were going to be any charges on her.
They
say that she's going to have to be evaluated.
Okay, so she's really acting like,
and it comes out that she's mental, which they'll probably try to prove it. Right, it ain't hard to prove that on these type of women, but this ain't that type of show today. But yeah, she's gonna be evaluated. They're gonna find out that she's a Looney Tune, and then they're gonna say all this was a Looney Tune situation where she was mental, and she needs mental help, not jail. Watch, I guarantee it.
Hello, Miss. She said, hello, Lost in Translation. Hello, y'all. I'm glad y'all here. Von Bryan, it's good to see you. Black built like a conquering king. What's up? Listen, black man. Mental illness is a real thing.
Hold on, believe all women, though. Believe all women.
Didn't I tell you last time we did a show together, women are not gods? We had a young lady in the comment section act like women didn't lie. And look, I'm a woman myself, and I try my best not to tell a lie. But if my life depended on it, you might have to believe I can fly. So
Right.
You're going to do whatever you got to do if your life is dependent on it. But she was acting like women are gods. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Don't stop it. That is a terrible picture to paint to people that are listening, that's coming after us. Like everything we do is okay. That's not cool. Like, man, it ain't cool. There's a lot of foulness that goes on in a woman's brain. It can.
And that's why go ahead.
No, one is just because they're so easily influenced. Women are very easily influenced, and they get themselves in situations, and they got to get out. And it sounds like this is what this young lady is trying to do.
And that's why everything after this is why everything, and I mean this with everything in me, and I don't care who gets married because I'm married. It's starting now. Everything needs to be proven before you make any actions, police officers, any actions, courtrooms. It should be 100% of proof that a man has done anything. If a woman calls you and says, this man put his hands on me, you need to prove by camera, you need to prove by witnesses, you need to prove it, because women have too much power, and this shows it right here.
But black man, I understand.
This woman said there was a liberal on the side of this woman should go. They have a writer strike right now. There's a lot of TV shows that have been canceled. She needs to go write for one of these shows. She said there was a child on the side of the road, a man with orange hair with a bald spot took her into the woods, made her eat Cheez-Its, played with her hair, painted her fingernails, and then she got out of the truck and they caught her again and put her in a car. I mean, she had the whole story, like, and everybody around the country. Oh my God! Beyonce mama, y'all found the submarine, but you can't go find this girl. Everybody just up in arms. Oh, sending the cash apps and GoFundMe's. This girl manipulated thousands of people and probably is not going to pay a dime back, and probably not going to do a day in jail.
This is sad because, like I heard you say, and I think Lost in Translation helped out a lot with this one. It's 66,000 black women missing. Or is it black? Is it women, period, or just black women?
Just black women. 66,000 black women a year in the United States come up missing.
And now we are being played with, or women are playing with the fact that some men have to come look for us. Now, listen, this goes and holds so much truth to it, because if you can remember, about a year ago, about a year ago, you and I did a story about you remember the woman that got out the basement and she told them that the other three were dead. Sorry, y'all. The other three were deleted, and she came out and she had her leathers on. Remember, the man had kidnapped all 4 of the women.
Yeah.
In Kentucky. Because remember, I was kidding. I said, I was kidding at who was it? Little podcast in Hink. I was like, I ain't coming nowhere near where y'all live, because they be grabbing women. Remember that? The woman they found at 8 o'clock in the morning, she got out, and he had actually deleted the other 3, kidnapped all 4 and deleted. Right. See, we didn't even hear about that story until that one got away.
Yep.
We didn't even hear about it. And we're saying it's 66,000 a year.
66,000 black women between the ages. Watch the ages. As low as 7, 8 years old up to 30 years old are missing a year. And you playing games. You out here saying that all that police work that they used on you, they could have used on one of these other young ladies that's been trafficked through all of these different men. And you playing games. Somebody, man, listen to me. I would tell you what needs to happen, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Black man, you know full well that we haven't heard anything about 66,000 black women missing. Nothing. I don't even know if we've heard about. Carlee actually was the only one we actually heard about. Can you think of another one here recently that you've heard about that was been missing? No. 66,000, and then she plays a game like this. So she definitely needs some therapy, I suppose, if they find that she has some mental illness that requires attention. I don't know. She definitely needs that, but she and her mother and her parents need to actually figure out, well, gosh, ain't she about 25 years old though?
Yeah, she is.
No, she used to do this on her own. They need to figure out how she can pay this money back. And that GoFundMe money should have went all back to the people who gave it. I hate that happened. Wow. I really do. But this is not the end of it. We're going to hear more. Hopefully her admitting what she did today, that, they don't have to waste any more money on some sort of a trial for her. Maybe they can just go talk to the judge, implement some kind of fines and some in jail imprisonment for at least, I don't know. They just need to find out how much money she cost everybody for those.
Nothing's going to happen because as you remember, this has happened before in another case where the young man went to prison for 4 years in the prime of his career as a football player. And the young lady came to jail and said, you know what? I feel guilty.
Because I didn't do it. Because he didn't do it.
You didn't do this to me.
Right.
And now he got locked up for ruined his life. She got $1 million from the school, from the district, in a lawsuit, and doesn't have to pay the money back and do not have to go to jail. Now,
see, Black Man, I remember that, but it seems like I read somewhere that her and her mom are going to have to pay, or they went after them for that $1 million. I mean, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I think I read somewhere that they are making attempts, or they made attempts to go back and get that $1 million.
Yeah.
But you know how it go. If you ain't got it, you know, they can take, they probably didn't own much at that time. So there will be no way to collect on that money. I get what you're saying. So
this is crazy.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry to hear that, but homegirl can't walk away. If she walks away, somebody need to be down here protesting, because she done involved a kid. She done involved some man. You know, might have had people out here looking for men with orange hair and bald. Let's think if that would have been real. He could have been all bent out of shape if somebody actually fit that description. You know that?
And this is why this is why people should start listening to men. Because from jump, I said it. I said anything that's valuable, and people thought I was being funny, and it was funny. But anything that was of value to her, she left it in the car. Watch. Right. Excuse me. Watch. Wig. iPhone. I mean, come on. She stole a roll of tissue from her job. Went bought her a bathrobe. Bought her some granola bars and some Cheez-Its. And everything that mattered to her. That wig, baby, that wig wasn't going nowhere. She left that wig in the car.
Beautiful Animated says the word on the street is traffickers are using babies to kidnap women. So let me tell y'all something really quick. And that's why I didn't kind of jump on that particular part, because shortly after that, me and Mr. Boss did actually see a video where these two little Caucasian kids were on the side of the road, y'all. And their parents, I think had been in a car accident, and the kids were able to get out of the car and walk down the highway. I'm gonna say highway. I'm not gonna say interstate, down the highway. But the parents were stuck in like a ravine or like in an embankment, and they couldn't get out. And the kids actually walked. But this was the difference. It was during the day, and more than one, civilian actually stopped and tried to help. More people saw these two kids. And when the kids were pretty calm, they were like 3 and 4, y'all, 3 and 4. And they were like in the median of the road. Then they called the police, and the police came, and they just kind of didn't touch the kids. But I think the kids started feeling their energy. And then they were like, we want our mommy. We want our mommy. And then the police, they took out and went to the convenience store all around. They couldn't find these people, y'all, for about 30 minutes. And they finally found the mom and dad and got them out the car and reunited them with the kids. So Beautiful Animated, you are exactly right. Kids are now walking. Somebody else told me too that there was one on the side of the road in a pamper. That was a real thing. But she knows that, and she's been hearing these stories. And like to me, she pulled in for every movie she could think of, or, and to make her story real. And that, I think, y'all, she got to pay for that. That doesn't make sense. She had people really concerned with her well-being, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with her. That's bad. That was terrible. So anyway, Black Man, what happened? Okay, so anyway, we're gonna go ahead and go on with the show, I think. So, Mr. Boss, the first video, y'all listen, this came from, I wanted y'all to see this TikTok video because this explains my state of mind the most. And then from here, I'm gonna let Black Man introduce a couple things, I believe, and we're gonna just get into the show. Should men change to accommodate modern women? This came from a place where I was looking at Black Man's show, and I think Mr. Ashton is the person who actually contributed to this thought. And the question I don't think ever was answered. I mean, it might have been, but I could have been in and out. Y'all know women are not allowed at the barbershop. I was in the back sneaking around, ghost listening. Y'all know how we do. So anyway, we're going to play this first video. And I want y'all to hear this because this is where we are today.
I ain't gonna lie, gang. Our generation so fucked up. We losing too many people. Everybody dying. Everybody on fucking drugs. It's men and women on the internet arguing right now, talking about bad relationship advice. Smoking and drinking is the new fun. Nowadays, people don't want to work. They'd rather be fucking lazy and have everything handed to them. And the people who do have jobs are being called broke by the people who don't have jobs. The rainbow flag mafia is getting more notarized than ever before. Being a slut and a hoe is the new norm. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're not a sex worker, I guess you lame now. People are more weird than ever before. If you don't do half the shit people do nowadays, you consider lame. You can't speak or stand up for yourself anymore. You can't have an opinion on things anymore. People are way sensitive than ever. And then on top of that, people rather socialize on the internet than rather socialize in person. What has this world come to?
So I hope y'all were able to hear all that. This young man, this is a young man too, guys. He's a young man. And to me, it just kind of fit what Ashton was kind of saying. Not so much that this is called This Generation is Doomed, but he was saying that I think he's getting the feeling that we need to move forward. We need to stop fighting. What exactly are we doing? Everything is going crazy. What can we do? I kind of heard that Ashton, these are my words, not yours. But either way, this young man is saying it's all turned upside down. He wants it to stop. I can feel him. I don't know if you all do or not, but I felt what he was saying. Hey, Hink, how are you? It's good to see you. I just mention your name. Did you hear me? Easy Money, what's going on? Wow, this is crazy. I just mentioned your name. But anyway, that's what he's saying, y'all. He's saying that this generation that here now, everything is just upside down. And it's like, what can we do? So I don't want to actually get started on the topic until Black Man comes back. But until then, I've got to tell y'all a little bit about what happened today. I was out. I had some time. I took my dad to the doctor's office. I had some time. I spent a little time with my dad, took him to the doctor's office. He's all good or what have you. And on my way back, y'all know how we are. We women love to stop at the mall. So that is where I was, right? So I'm at the mall. I'm just looking around and I met these two young ladies. And they were just talking to me and they was just kept on talking. It was like, it's something different about you. And I was like, really? And it was like, yeah. I said, I can't imagine what it is. And, they would ask me, how old are you? And, while trying to sell their products, right? Yeah, they were. So I got to talking to them and there were two. One was married already. And I could tell that she's married. They were from Israel. One was married already and one was a single mother. And the one that was married, I could tell that she was married, of course, but she was a little exhausted with being married. She didn't say anything negative about her husband, but y'all know, like when I'm talking about Mr. Boss, how I smile and be like, I'm good, it's all good for me. I'm sharing, she didn't have much to share. But she still had a very, very good attitude about herself. And she was like, tell me how can I be a better wife? How can I make my husband because I said to her, y'all really need to understand this. And she was like, what? I was like, in order to make or have better men, we need to become better women. And, I asked her the question, do you even know right now, just simply, what is your purpose for being a wife? And she was like, I guess I'm supposed to work and this. And then the other young lady say, she's a giver. She's really a giver. I say, okay, that's good. That's very good. What are you doing actually when you do all those things? And she just couldn't say helpmate. It's not that she didn't have it in her. I just couldn't bring that out of her. And she finally, I told her what, her purpose was. And I said, you can do any job you want. You can have any career, but nothing needs to supersede your husband in your marriage. And she was like, wow. I ain't never thought about that. It was just like, like eye opener. And she was like, so really, and so then she just I said, just think about it. Just think about it. Don't say anything. Just think about it. Just think about what I said. If we are better women, we can actually have better husbands and they're better men because our standards would be at a level that only the men that desire us would be the men that understand who we are as wives and as ladies. And they were like, oh, really? And then the other one. So now they're taking me to another place because now we're talking. And the one that wasn't married was like, okay, now I'm a single mom. Can you talk to me? I said, it's okay. I was a single mom too. And then when I said that, y'all face just lit up like, because these were definitely millennials, right? So her face just lit up and she was like, wow, so what can I do? What can I do? And we had such a good conversation, and they were such in good spirits, especially the one that was a single mom. She really wants to have a husband, but it was like she was almost defeated in that area because she was a single mom. Now listen to what I'm saying, young men. I'm not by no means telling you all that y'all shouldn't go for the virgin or the woman with any children. But what I'm also telling you is make sure the ones that you are choosing are wives and are ladies. I would hate for you to get a woman that is not with child or whatever, and she still ends up being the wrong one. So, not saying that the woman with a child is the first choice, but what I'm saying to you, there are still some good women out there that are willing to be wives and willing to learn. And I met one today. The other one was already a wife, but she was still asking. She was still inquisitive. I was like, so how do I do it? How do I do it? You know, and never said one foul word about a husband, because keep in mind though, these young ladies were from Israel. So I just wanted to tell y'all that story because I met two good women today. And I know, and they were not pushing this, boss chick. They were out there with the cosmetics and they were selling things of that nature. And it was like, no, we only work a certain amount of time a day. Then we go home. They was like, she's right. We shouldn't have to do all these things. And that's for men. And they understood. And it was just good to refreshing, not to get knocked over the head, kick back. You wrong. You a, what they call me, y'all, a mammy. You a pick me. None of that. They were actually wanting to know how to be wives or how to be better women. And I just thought that was like the best. I spent so much time with them that it was too much actually. But anyway, too much time spent with them because I needed to hear them get to you all. But it was just, I appreciate them so much. So if they're looking tonight, I did tell them I had a show tonight. I know they actually subscribe to the channel. So if they are looking, thumbs up to you guys. And I appreciated my afternoon with you all. So Black man, we good?
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I had a little echo, and I want to make sure I fix that for professional purposes. Mr. Boss, let me know in the back if it's not right. I appreciate it.
You sound great now. I mean, I didn't even, you know what? I don't be here. Forgive me, y'all. Simon says, what's going on? Lady Navarra, what's up? How are you? So anyway, Black man, we get into this. So this is all coming from Mr. Ash. Did you see the video a moment ago, Black man? Were you able to look at it?
Can you replay the video? And I also sent Mr. Boss the video. My daughter sent Mr. Boss the video as well from the barbershop.
Okay, good. Okay.
But ain't gonna lie, gang. Our generation so fucked up. We losing too many people. Everybody dying. Everybody on fucking drugs. It's men and women on the internet arguing right now, talking about bad relationship advice. Smoking and drinking is the new fun. Nowadays, people don't want to work. They'd rather be fucking lazy and have everything handed to them. And the people who do have jobs are being called broke by the people who don't have jobs. The rainbow flag mafia is getting more notarized than ever before. Being a slut and a hoe is the new norm. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're not a sex worker, I guess you lame now. People are more weird than ever before. If you don't do half the shit people do nowadays, you consider lame. You can't speak or stand up for yourself anymore. You can't have an opinion on things anymore. People are way sensitive than ever. And then on top of that, people rather socialize on the internet than rather socialize in person. What has this world come to?
So Black man, I appreciate that young man a lot. To hear
I don't
him,
see no lies.
No, to hear him say that, I appreciated him saying that because so often I've noticed that people of his generation are just blending in and going along with it instead of standing out against things that may not be in good order. He actually called it out and was like, what the heck is going on?
Right.
And that kind of brought me to what Ashton was saying is like, we are in modern times now. So my first thought, and I actually, you know what I did for you? I left you a message. I'm like, hey, should marriage actually change? Should men actually change because women are now modern? I mean, what should we do? How should this be affecting us? I need to know. But you said, Mr. Boss, does Mr. Boss have it already? Do you have it?
Yeah, I sent it to him. Well, she said she.
Oh, you don't have it. Okay. All right. So listen, we're gonna just talk about. He said he doesn't have it queued up yet. So.
Oh, okay. He has it, but not queued up.
Right.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Right.
Cool. Okay.
Right. So anyway, that brings us to our topic of today. And what I'm going to do, Black man, is I'm going to read to you some of the things that I know women are now modern women, some of their characteristics. And we're going to invite Ashton up here because Ashton is the person I think that said, hey, maybe we should be changing. Come on, OGs, y'all know it's time for some change. So, and then I want to hear what you have to say. Before you start
that, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Did you get a chance to see Aaron O's show over the weekend?
I can't say that I did. No, I seen his show today, but over the weekend. Can you tell me what happened, and then maybe I can say so?
The young lady that we did a couple of weeks ago, that's talking about the women's, that said, "Hey, women ain't got to submit to no man.
Priscilla.
Priscilla, she popped up on Aaron O's show. Somebody emailed her that was watching it, and she popped up. And she was on that security boss. The things that were coming out of this woman's mouth. A woman should not have to go and build nothing with a man. Everything that she wants to do, she should do what she want to do. And the man should have anything to say about her because she's her own person. And if a man can't submit to a woman and do that, then you don't need him."
Wait a minute. Say that last part again. If a man can't do what?
Submit to a woman, and when she's doing what she wants to do, then you don't need him. And I'm listening to clouds, right? I'm watching while I'm driving,
right?
And
so you're not actually watching. You just listening.
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so we don't know the facial expressions and stuff.
No. Hold on. I was listening, but I said, let me pull my phone out. So I sat it up and put it on my little cell phone thing, and I watched it. She had a hat turned backwards, looked like a complete dude. And Angry Man popped up, and Angry Man said, "We're sick of your bullshit, and I'm going to shut it down now. I'm tired of you." And she said, "If I'm not able to speak what it is that women need," because she said, here, I'm going to say this, and we're going to move forward. She said, "I know men. I know everything about them. And this is what I'm teaching my queens, that these men, you don't have to submit to no man. You don't have to get on a man's plan. He should be on your plan." She said the world is only, what did she say? It was real catchy. She said the world can only elevate if women are at a higher level or something to that regard. The world can only elevate if women are in control, basically. And she said that we're as good as the women. The country's as good as the women when it comes to that. So you have to go see her. She popped in. Angry Man came and thrashed her a little bit, and she got off after he got her. And that was
so. Listen, I don't know what show this was on. So don't get no. I'm finna tell you something I did see, and I'm gonna give a shout out to her because I've never heard her say this before. I'm gonna give a shout out to Raw B because I saw Raw B on somebody's channel. I don't know if it was Fight Club or Aaron's channel, and she actually said the same thing that I say all the time about women preserving yourself and not having sex before a man actually asks for your. Now, listen, I go this far. She didn't quite go. I don't know where hers ended. Well, I'll tell you where hers ended, but let me just get through with my thought. Shout out to you, Robbie, for saying this, but women preserving themselves until marriage. This is what I say. She actually said, I think women should preserve themselves for 4 seasons before they, give themselves to a man or whatever like that. And I have never heard her say that before. I heard her say, you better close your legs, but I've also heard her say, drop it like it was hot. So I don't know, but now I'm hearing her say that women should preserve themselves. And I appreciate the fact that I heard her say that. And the man was like, what, Robbie, what you saying? Why are you saying that? And I'm thinking, they have never heard her say that before. And I was like, oh, I'm glad she's now saying that because women should preserve themselves. They need to elevate themselves in that time to find the men that want the same thing that they actually want. Because again, women don't need to be ending up with a whole lot of children out of wedlock and trauma. So shout out to you, Robbie, for saying that women need to preserve themselves. And in whatever way that you say it, I was so glad to hear her say that I was like, wow, I'm glad to hear her say that. Because, that ain't the theme around here.
No.
Once you've already had sex, you need to keep giving it up.
Yeah. And you know what? I heard a preacher say that today. and it just disappointed
Whoa,
me.
whoa. You heard a preacher say what? What?
He said, it's okay to talk to children. I'm going to use his voice. It's okay to talk to children when it comes to sex, but it's not okay to talk to a 36-year-old woman to tell her to be celibate and she's already had sex.
I cannot believe. Okay, I heard enough. A pastor stood up in the pulpit and gave that as a message.
Yes.
And he don't know why a woman that is outside of marriage needs to be celibate. Is that what I heard you just say?
Yes. He said it's okay to tell a 13 to 16-year-old to be celibate. He said, but it's a different. He said, but it's a different message when it comes to a 36-year-old woman who has already had some.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So John the Baptist is so correct. John said, pastors and people these days are bringing the scriptures into modern time, and we just playing with them a little bit. So guess what? You're right, John. So listen, I think Mr. Boss has your video queued up. We're going to try to play it really quick. And this is going to bring us into what the topic is tonight. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Thank you, Black man.
Yes.
Wait a minute,
that you need to consider, because to your point, you don't hear a lot of obey in the vows anymore. They usually say love, honor, and cherish, or love, honor, and respect. You hear that a lot more in the vows than the obey part.
Yeah, they changed it.
But they could have, but you could have worked that out. It's like, all right, if that's a thing for you, it's like, look, I could have in the ceremony, I could have changed it to respect or obey or something like that. Yeah, I could have worked it out then and be good with it. But for all intents and purposes,
I get what you're saying, Mr. Bennett, but that's what I'm saying. If you have to change it, don't that mean that you shouldn't be doing it? Am I honest? Like I get what you're
not at all.
But
not at all.
I mean, that's a big.
That you need to consider, because to your point, you don't hear a lot of obey in the vows anymore. They usually say love, honor, and cherish, or love, honor, and respect. You hear that a lot more in the vows than the obey part.
Yeah, they changed it.
But they could have, but you could have worked that out. It's like, all right, if that's a thing for you, it's like, look, I could have in the ceremony, I could have changed it to respect or obey or something like that. Yeah, I could have worked it out then and be good with it. But
all right, so it must have cut off Black man. It didn't go on to see what he actually said. Okay. Did we cut it off, or is that the end of it? That was the end of it.
That was the end of it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Ashton goes on to say, and I'm gonna let him say his own thing. So Mr. Boss, can you drop a link for Ashton just for him? Guys, listen, we're gonna bring Ashton up for just Ashton if he's still here. But he goes on to say that OGs, I love the way he said it too. Come on now, OGs. Listen, it's modern times. We need to be changing with modern times. Come on, give me something. And nobody said anything. I was like, ain't nobody gonna say that. So y'all didn't have much to offer him, I don't think, unless y'all did it much later. But at that particular moment, I didn't hear you guys say too much. So Black man, I'm here now asking you, based on what Ashton said about to the OGs and changing to modern times. I know you're a married man, but even yourself and myself also may have to make some changes due to, intermingling with modern people. So what do you think about what he said?
And today, I don't agree with it. Okay. Not at all. I don't think anything that is something that God put together. The Bible says that, when he puts us together, that no man put us under. I think that we should not change anything when it comes to the vows to accommodate anybody. When I saw that young lady standing in front of her soon-to-be husband, and that preacher said, obey, and she said, what? He should have walked away. I think men should get ready to stand and stand firm. I don't agree with accommodating. If you're with a woman and you're about to get married and you go through the vows and she say, I'm not saying that, or we need to write our own vows. No. You need to be a man about it and say, no, we're not going to write our own vows. This is what the vows say. This is what we live by. This is what we're going to do.
But the vows they're a translation though. They're not actually in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody created, just like Mr. Bennett said, it could have been cherish, it could have been honor, it could have been respect. Those are in the Bible. You know, those words are. So it didn't necessarily have to be obey. And listen, far as I'm concerned, I wasn't even so much concerned about the word obey. It was the way that she handled it, which what struck me as being way off, because as a wife, I have to protect my husband. And there was no protection there. And he laughed as though it was funny, or like, here you go again with your sense of humor, or what have you. But I'm telling you, if she would throw him under the bus that way amongst all those people watching or what have you, then there would be disrespect later on. And that's the part that, so that particular woman right there maybe didn't need to say obey, but she would have been doing everybody a great justice to say respect, because she didn't. She actually went on to tell the pastor that we didn't talk about this. And he said, yes, we did.
Right. And it goes back to this too. I know that the vows didn't come per se from the Bible, but I think they're a reflection of the scripture, because the Bible says, wives, submit to your own husbands. Submission means to obey. When you get into the military, you submit to your sergeant, your drill sergeant. When he tells you something, you have to do what he says, because he's trying to teach you how to move forward and how to survive. So,
no, I'm agreeing with you. When I say didn't come to the Bible, I'm talking about word for word, meaning that, just like Mr. Bennett said, it could have been a different word. It could have been cherish. It could have been respect, because it is derived from the Bible. But I was saying it as though I was just wanting you to know. I know you know this, but vows are not scripture, is what I was trying to say. That's all. That's all I meant by that. But let's go into this part though, because is Ashton still here? I hope he is. But listen. When I think of today's modern woman, I looked up the characteristics, because I think this is what's important, because those men who are willing to adapt or to make some changes, these things I'm finna name out here now, and there's a lot of them. I didn't, of course, add all of them, but equality. You know, are you willing to be equal with your wife? And if so, what that looks like. I'm not asking you, black men. I'm just putting them out there. And if Ashton is still here, I would love for him to come up and let us know, what is he willing to bend on? Then you have women, they want to be partner. They want a partnership. They want to create their own vows, founded in whatever, built on what principle, whoever and whatever. They don't really care. They wanted to do it on their own. 50-50. Some of them, no children. No submission. This is a big one right here. Wearing what they want. Let me say that one again. Wearing what they want. Now, that's just what? How many is that? That's like 7, right? I just want to know from somebody, how many black men, if you all are willing to bend on these things, or adapt or adjust to women that are modern for whatever reason, which parts are you all willing to be to adjust on? Because when I tell you, maybe the most would be 50-50. I don't know. I want some man to tell me. Easy but say disrespect is in the eye of the beholder. What is it? So you're saying some people that feel disrespected, others may not feel disrespected from that same situation. That clip, that woman laughing at Obey, could be an inside joke that went viral. It actually could be.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be on public display, because perception is reality. And I don't know it's an inside joke. So now you got other women saying, I know that's right, girl. Right? Perception is reality. And we have to understand that what we put out there, people are going to perceive what they see. I don't know that man and woman, and it may be a joke to them on the inside. So that's why you should keep it on the inside. But on the outside looking in, my perception is she's not ready to be in a position where a man can tell her anything.
Okay. So listen, let me read this comment here. Black built like a conquering king. Like I said, the vows are a joke, so marriage is a joke by default. Well, conquering king, you know what? I am living and enjoying the best joke. And guess what? I am laughing very loud and, straight from the belly, because I'm winning in this joke. So you could call it what you want. Now, if you are a single man which it sounds like you are, you might be one of them ones that's willing to compromise so it can become more real to you, because you say that you live in real life, but you're showing right now that you actually don't, because there are many people that are married, and you know that. And there are many people that enjoy being married, and they're always here in long-term marriages. There's nothing a joke about it. Now, two individuals can create, I should say, cannot take their marriage seriously. And that's what this woman has displayed from beginning, that she is not taking her marriage vows seriously. And to me, Easy, that is disrespectful, because this is one of the biggest decisions you will make in your life. And it was done in front of a pastor at an altar. I'm gonna tell y'all something I heard a man say the other day. He says, when you go to get married, you think you're going, let me get it right. You think you're going to live and to have a life and all of that. But the reality of it is, you're going down there at that altar and you in front of that pastor, you really dying, and you're going to make a sacrifice. Now, some of y'all might not get that right away. You're making a sacrifice to become one with another. It is no longer about you. And there is nothing that's not real about that. There's nothing joking about that. That really, really works when you work it. But when you play games with it, we can see this couple right here. I'm not going to even give them 5. I'll give them 2. And this man's going to have some huge issues. It's going to be some huge issues with the marriage. And it's going to start with the lack of respect that she has for the marriage. Now, they had, what you call that, rehearsal.
Yep.
Because they had a formal wedding, and the pastor probably said, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and this is how this is gonna be. Maybe or maybe not. Did he go over every vow? Maybe not. But y'all, I almost think that she saved it. You exactly right. This could have been an inside joke. They may have planned all that. Maybe that's why he decided to laugh. But guess what? I don't think many people thought it was funny.
Nope.
So you could be Easy. You might be completely right about that. They may have did it just for humor. Because guess what he said to her, the pastor? He said, should I continue on, or should I say it again? Is that not what he said? Didn't he say it that way?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Should I say it again, or should I continue on? She said, I think you need to continue on. But guess what he did? He said it again. So pastor didn't really think it was funny, but we all got to save face right now. It's almost like it's too late, y'all. It's too late. But you know what? It really isn't, because until that piece of paper that both of y'all signed and sent off and recorded, you really ain't married yet, right? Ain't that right, Black man?
Yep.
So if we find out 6 months from now, that paper never got filed, y'all know what happened, right? So I don't know, but I just think that she was not protecting her husband, and that was a sign of disrespect. Now, Easy, if it was definitely an inside joke, I hope it was, and I hope her husband understood. But anything less than that, it wasn't funny. Not at all.
Well, because people don't take it. People don't take a sacred moment. The way the world is set up now, it's not funny, right? Because we already have an attack on marriage as it is, and the videos that are going viral are not the videos of them saying, yes, I will submit to these vows to you. I will commit to you. Those are not the videos that's going viral. The videos that's going viral is a negative thing toward marriage. And that's why I didn't think it was funny. But that's just me.
No, I didn't think it was funny at all, because, that's a big deal now. I mean, whether the word was obey, respect, cherish, or whatever, it's a big deal right now. She's supposed to love that man.
Yep.
She's supposed to love him, and she's supposed to submit to that man. And whatever that looks like, I can't imagine how obey and submission is not right there together. So that just says to you, it's not happening. So I'm assuming he's considered himself a modern man now. They're in a modern relationship, and, everything is good. I mean, this would be a perfect display of a man that has submitted to his wife, like you begin. But didn't you say that? Is that not how you begin? A man submitting to his wife? So he would be a perfect example if this was okay, or if it was planned, or what have you. Built like a conquering king. So I understand the commitment well, but I will not sacrifice myself to the government. To the government. Oh, you mean getting the marriage license and things of that nature? Well, you know what? If your life is about the government, then I could see that could pose a picture, but pose a problem. But it's a bigger picture. Listen, I hear people talk so much in these spaces about what they won't do, the lack of trust they have for the other gender and what have you. And every time I hear them and I see them, they're not seeing me, but only thing I can think of is stay single, because with the attitude and the demeanor you have right now, you will not get what you need out of your marriage.
Right.
You won't, because you're going to get what you're putting out. And if you think for one moment that lack of trust or that lack of whatever love that you're displaying for that other gender right now, do you think that woman or man won't feel that? You're wrong. They will feel it and they will not submit to it. They won't, y'all. They'll be like, nah, he gonna leave me. No, she gonna take all my money. Whatever you bringing is what you gonna get.
Yeah, and to my brother, Black built like a conquering king. He said, I understand the commitment well, but I will not sacrifice myself to the government. Let me say this. If you have a social security number, you already have. If you have a social security number, you already have.
Yeah. So I don't know what they mean. Remember, Black man, I asked you though, I wanted to break this down. I understand that they seem to think that, let me just stop right there, because I need to let men know that it's best that you be patient and find a woman that is willing to build with you. That's point blank, end of story. Ladies, I need you to get to the point where you're humble enough to understand. In these times, if a man loves you enough, a good man, y'all, if he loves you enough to come and ask you for your hand in marriage, you need to know that this needs to be somebody that you can trust and submit to. It's gotta be this way. If it's not this way, then you are not, this is not what a formula for marriage if you don't have those things in place. It's gotta be a certain way, guys. Men, y'all gotta wait. Y'all got to wait till y'all find that woman that is willing to submit to you and adapt to you. Women, you got to find that man who has a sense of God-fearing that is elevated enough to give you exactly what it is that you desire as a woman. You do. Because if not, it's not going to be a good mixture. Now, listen, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect and y'all going to be getting along from day one, because you still got to adapt to each other. You still have to become one daily. You do. But at least you have two people who operate in the same principles. And that's what has to happen. I say it has to. Some say, no, you can do this with this one and this with that one. You can do whatever you want. But I'm trying to travel the road of least resistance. Least resistance. You can do what you want. Y'all can break each other down. And by year 10, y'all be so broken that, y'all both be like, I'm too tired to leave, whatever. I'm talking about having a good marriage relationship with your spouse. So,
security boss.
Yes, sir.
Now, somebody in the chat just said that everything that concerns God is a joke.
Okay.
I know last week that me and you came to a decision that we used to hold back on the whole religion thing. And me personally, on my own channel, I felt a little guilty. I felt a little uninspired, because I said, you know what? This is the root of my life. This is the foundation of my life. I've been on this journey with God since I can remember. And taking that out to accommodate other people was hurting me a little bit. And so when people now all over YouTube are now having the God discussion, it's amazing. I love it. Even the people tonight that's in the chat tonight that said something about, I saw someone say anything concerning God, it's a joke now. And it is. But I just want to say this, and then we can move on, because I think this is important to say. Security boss, in 2 Timothy chapter 3, it says this, I'm just going to do the first part and I'm done, because it's relevant to the conversation. It says, mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power, have nothing. This is what it says right after that. Have nothing to do with these people. They are the kind who worm their way into homes and gain control over gullible women who are loaded down with sins and are swayed by all kinds of evil desires, always learning but never able to come to knowledge of the truth. I'll leave it right there.
But you know what, Black man, that's a good one. But that particular scripture, that ain't for the non-believer.
That's what. Come on.
So the people you are referencing that may be in the comment section that is saying that the Father is a joke. Just be the example, because guess what? They keep hanging out here. That's all you're gonna get. You're gonna get examples of the Father. You know, this is how we live our life. You know, that book that is a joke, that's a fairy tale, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter. That is our way of life. That is our example, and that's what we are going to follow. There's a lot of entertainment venues out there. There are a whole lot of entertainment platforms where you can, you know, have a lot of ruckus, cursing, explicit conversation, and all of that. But you continue, you all, whoever, continue to come and talk with Black Men Unfiltered and Security Boss. So you know what you're going to get here. So you can continue on with the quote trolling or whatever it is, but the seed has already been planted. So Black man, all you got to do is be an example.
But you know what's crazy? Because if you look, because they have it here, when I'm looking at it on my screen here, I have it above my head. When I'm looking at it here, I have it in three different I have it translated in three different ways. The other one says, gullible women who are loaded down with sins and are swayed by all kind of evil desires and is easily influenced.
Now that's yeah.
You know what?
That's a little different, Black man. That's a little different from that first one, because you remember the first one talked about a form of godliness. The people who are speaking to you right now, that they're not even playing with a form of. It's not even.
Yeah, it's just bad, Security Boss. Yeah. I feel bad for people. I do, but people are so lost right now. They are.
Well, you know, like again, you can only be an example and hope that you know, they understand that it's more to life than just them and what they actually want. So let's do some super chats before we go on.
Absolutely.
Let's just see, Mr. Boss. You're gonna put okay. Thank you, Clement. What's going on with you tonight? God's word hasn't changed concerning marriage, so why should I? Nothing wrong with the old ways, just something wrong with the people in a marriage. Ooh, Clement, I think I said that too. Dr. Steele, thank you for your $5 super chat. We are living in modern times. Therefore, I think there is a way to have modern interpretation of the traditional man and virtuous woman. Ooh, Dr. Steele, there's an interpretation of traditional man and a virtuous woman. I need to hear more about that. I need to hear about that. John, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. Stop trying to save marriage, women, and men, and try to save souls. Okay, John, you got me on that one. Stop trying to save marriage, women, and men. Okay. But wait a minute. Okay, John, I'm going to have to, Black man going to have to help me with that one. Black man, you got me on that one.
Yep.
Sarah called Abram Lord. Thank you for your $2.
Sure did. John. Sure did.
Okay, thank you guys so much for that. Black man, help me on that. John the Baptist says, stop trying to save marriage, man, and women. Start trying to save souls. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the ones that carry the souls are the men and women. And then the best way to do that is done through the nuclear family, which is the man, the father himself, the best example of say, am I right or wrong?
No, you're right. Go ahead.
Okay, so tell me what you think he's actually talking about, because maybe I missed it.
He's saying stop focusing on the individual and focus on their soul.
Oh, the individual. Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, I'm not sure. John, you got me on that one, the individual. Because when I'm up here speaking, Black man, I can't speak for you. I'm gonna have you speak for yourself. When I am speaking to you all about marriage, I am talking to you as a person that's an example. I'm not talking to any one person. It's whoever hears something that is good for them. It could be that person that is in marriage on their way out the door. It could be that person who wants to be married that has not met that person that they want to be married to. But in the same breath, I'm telling both parties to elevate themselves and find out or find a relationship with their creator. I always do that. That is how it starts.
Right.
Then there comes self-reflection. Figure out what you're lacking, and then you can be put together. But, but anyway, did you have something you wanted to add to that, Black man? Because we're going to get back down to these qualifications, because I really need to understand what men may be willing.
To be honest with you, I don't think men should budge at all. I think
that young man. Well, guess what though? Somebody who was that just a moment ago? Dr. Steele put it in there. There should be an interpretation of modern times, right? Information man, hello, sir. How are you? Much respect.
Man, what's going on, brother?
Didn't he just put that in there?
Yeah, but security boss, I'm gonna say it like this. When you get grandmama's recipe and it tastes so good and you start adding your own ingredients, it ain't gonna taste the same. And I think that if marriage is based on something that was solid and where it is, it don't need to change. Just like if we talk a bit from a biblical standpoint, the Bible says the word is the word yesterday, today, and forever. It does not change. And I think that, everybody want to change. If the change was for a good thing for us to be elevated in God, elevated in our spirit and our soul, it'd be great. But we're not doing it for that reason. We're doing it to make it about us, to make us more selfish. I ain't gonna obey no man, so we're gonna take that out. Love, honor, and obey. We're gonna take the love out, the honor out. The honor, I'll lead the love. And then I'll just do this. They're nitpicking what they want to do. Either you're in or you're out.
So it's two things I want to read. But first, Black built like a conquering king. I like this, what he just said. I like this a lot. He says, we are already operating on bare minimum standards. What else is there to give? Okay, so see, listen, this is what I'm saying to you. I agree with you that the presentation of most women now are minimal. It is not a great presentation of a wife. I agree. That's why I said just a moment ago, I need you all to elevate yourselves, men, and be patient. Be very patient. Only entertain those women that are doing the same exact thing. Make sure the women that you're entertaining have definitely elevated themselves also, and they have standards of living which lean towards being virtuous, or women who have virtue, which means high moral standards. Now, this is what this means. Now, you got to check yourself with this one, Black, because y'all get mad at me if you want to. I would never tell if I know of a woman that says she wants to be a wife, but she can't stop going to the strip club, I would advise the man on the low, hey, that girl right there love to stay in the strip club. She's not a wife. It wouldn't even hurt me to do that. I would come and tell you on the slide, that is not a wife, because a wife does not want to be in a strip club. Now, if you yourself don't mind going to the strip club, you might have some problems. Because I don't think the man that's in the strip club deserves to have the woman who's not.
Exactly, I agree.
So we both have to elevate our standards. Now, I'm telling you, I understand that there is minimal there, because look, I saw a video today. I did not bring this video because it was coming again, in my opinion, it was coming against my men, and my men are all of you all. It was coming against my men. And what I mean by that, there was one young man and a young woman, they were talking, and he said to her, I don't know about this marriage thing. I just gathered that they had been in a relationship for a while, but I'm gonna tell you what he said. He said, I don't know about this marriage thing because, hey, you're gonna give up a lot. It's just gonna be me, and you're gonna be giving up your wig. You're gonna be giving up your link card. You're gonna be giving up. This is the conversation that he was having with his woman, Black man. He said, it's just gonna be me and you. It's gonna be hard. This was a young man having this conversation. And she was like, are you telling me that I can't be married because I got to give up wig? Is that what you're saying to me? This is a video, and I would refuse to play it. Because this young man was scared to death. I'm just going to say it like I felt. He was very afraid of having to take on this woman at this point in his life and the kids that they had. He felt that they needed that assistance just to exist. And he told her, if I marry you, you have to understand that you're giving this up. And he was just not ready. My heart went out to him because he was a man that was just not ready. And he was not seeing it for the way it was. He never saw himself working harder. He never saw himself like, you know what, I got to figure this out. He just said, I don't know about that married thing. You just don't understand. We got to give up everything. You want to do that? You just don't understand it's going to be on just us. That's what married couples do. He was just too young. But she was like, come on now. And I don't know the whole situation, but that was the video. And I was like, I'm not going to play this because somebody needs to grab this young man by the hand and like talk to him and let him know you got kids. Put him on the right track and tell him just to work it and have that confidence, that you can do this. You can do this. You can be this man. You could be the head of this house, because I didn't see it in him at all. He was just so kind of devastated a little bit.
And I can make a quick assumption. That's why it's so important that we marry before we carry.
Yeah.
I'm guaranteeing this man does not have a male figure in his life.
No. Hadn't seen no example of it. No example. No.
Because his character and the vibe that he's giving off is more feminine. It's more ladylike. Because if you really close your eyes and just listen to what he's saying, he sounds like a woman. He really does. You hear women say, I'm not going to lose my food stamps and my government assistance. That's woman talk.
Yeah, he said it though. Hey, Ricky, what's going on? Ricky said, no, men should not change. Fundamentally, we've been the same. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Come on.
But black man, that's what the young man said. And I just refused to bring it because I knew that young man had not had any guidance from a man.
Nope. Not at all.
And she knew that she wanted and needed to be married to her child's father. She knew it. And she was being rather pushy. I'm not saying she was ready or anything, but she was being rather pushy. And those were his pushbacks. Hey, Mandrell, what's going on with you? Hey, Corey, what's up with you? So, Black, did you want the link? Because I want to hear someone that speaks like you that can tell us about if you are willing to actually compromise with these ladies right now. I would love to hear you tell us why and what would you compromise on if you actually are going to come up. Don't play. Don't make it a game. Don't make it a game at all. So
who's
Black
that?
man, that was Black, built like a conquering king. He said, post the link. He said he was, but that don't mean nothing. Let me read Dre's comment here. He said, just a moment. People not moving it around. People are not understanding why they are. Life doesn't give you what you want, but who you are. Their words are their enemies. Thanks, Dre. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Dre, you always come here with them divine words, brother. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. But Black man, we got to understand this, because I've heard Aaron O also say this, that we need to adjust. For whatever reason, they feel like they need to move forward with modern time and compromise who they are. Compromise on the bare minimum. No, ma'am. I don't want you to compromise on the bare minimum at all. I don't even want you entertaining the bare minimum. I don't. But are you willing to sit comfortably on the sideline and be patient and wait for something that is good for you? That's the question. While preparing yourself to be a husband.
Men should exercise patience and self-control until they find what it is that they're truly looking for. And if it may take time. I remember listening to Lost in Translation the other night. He's watching right now. Shout out to him. Lost in Translation says, I'm 50 years old and I'm not married. And he said the reason for that is because I'm waiting on what's for me. He said he has a test that he likes to run.
Oh, I know what you get. I know, yeah.
With the banana pudding.
The banana pudding. I love that. Lost in Translation. You made me want some banana pudding.
Absolutely.
He did. Mama's banana pudding.
Yeah, he said, I love my mother's banana pudding. Yep. I'm trying to use his voice because, he's a preacher. He has a preacher voice.
Is he really?
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
he talks like one.
Okay.
But he said that banana pudding, when I love my mama's banana pudding. And when I get a woman over and I ask her, I tell her my favorite dish in the world is my mama's banana pudding. And she tells me, oh, well, that's your mama's banana pudding. She's not for me. I'm looking for the woman that's going to say, let me call your mama and get that recipe.
Absolutely.
And so he's not changing. And I think everyone should stand on solid ground. Men should stand on solid ground because today the pickings are very slim. There's grandmothers competing with their daughters, daughters competing with their daughters. It's who can twerk the best, who can wear the longest weave and lashes and makeup. So men, I feel bad for you.
But what would you be compromising on anyway? Black built like a conquering king. The link is in the chat. What would you be compromising on? What is there to change?
Partnership. There shouldn't be. Security boss, I've heard women say this in my face, in my presence, that I look at them, I'm like, wow, I hope you don't ruin a man's life. They're talking about partnership as being, they define it as there needs to be no leader. I've had a man on my channel, shout out to Ace Overton. I have a man on my channel say this. I don't know, I'm gonna leave it alone. He says there no need to be a leader. Women and men should lead equally. There should be
who makes the final decision?
Yeah, right. I don't
who does
know.
that? Who makes the final decision? If that's the case,
I don't know.
Now, if he's, and I don't know either, but if he's like delegating situations and you say stuff like, well, wife, I'm going to delegate our home and our house to you to, you do whatever it is you do in the home, you make the decisions in the home. I can agree to that. But if he's saying that just we're going to lead each other, that doesn't make any sense. Because I just want to tell me, I don't even want a woman to compromise. I want her to be able to rest in her femininity and be a lady and be treated as such.
But security boss, and this is what I'm saying to some men, not to be offensive, but some men out here are weak. And because even on my show, I had a man on my show, I wanted to drop him so bad, but I want to give everybody a voice. I said, so if someone breaks into your home, the thing that we always say, or someone causes harm to your family, who's going to go and meet that first? He said, whoever's available.
Okay.
This is a man saying whoever gets to the door first.
And nobody has a plan. There's no plan of action for something really happening.
No.
Black man, that was not real what they said. That was just some sort of response to just you talking. That wasn't a real thing. They just haven't thought about it. I think most couples who are been married a while have thought about it, have some, especially the ones who have weapons around the house. They have some sort of action plan.
Right.
Hey, Keith. They have some sort of action plan to if something does happen, if somebody kicks in the front door or whatever, they have an action plan because, it's a real thing. But those who don't probably really don't have a plan. And when you say things like that, black man, they don't have an answer. It's just something that comes off the top of the dome and,
it's two situations and scenarios that a man and a woman shouldn't look at each other, shouldn't stare at each other looking for a decision. When there's harm or danger and when there's money being spent. Because if we go back to the word of having one pot, when we get to that counter at that register, I ain't got to look at you and be like, well, the bill 300, you got 150. It should be okay, ma'am. Ding, we're done. It's already in one account as it is. So the women want to conform on the money. I want my money in a separate account. I don't want my money with yours. They want a partnership. They want you to conform to a partnership. I'm going to do this. You're going to do this. There's no leader. There's no traditional male telling me what I can and cannot wear, where I can and cannot go. Girls trips are going to be on the market. That's definitely going to happen every year. And they're basically, women want the freedom to be able to express themselves as single women while they're married. Oh, I like that. They want to be able to express themselves as single women while they're married. There's no reason why married women, security bars that I know, that I used to be friends with, I see their wives out, breasts out, butts out, dressed like they're single. And I'm like, the men, the husband's not saying nothing. Well, she should be free to, man. That's her. That's who she is, bro. I don't say nothing. Because if I say something, it's going to be hell. Man, be a man and just tell her you don't like it. You don't like when she go out and she's showing the world everything that you're supposed to get in the bedroom. It doesn't make sense.
So that's one compromise right there, weighing what they want. That's
right.
one compromise.
When you go to the beach, you should not see more camel toes than human toes.
You know what, Black man, I hate to say this, but even though I know the nuclear family and being married is actually the answer to some sort of normalcy or getting us back to a better place, having kids to be raised in a two-parent household, I know that is the best place for them. And if we're thinking about our children because we're having them, that would be the best place. But I am really beginning to think that marriage is, I'm beginning to think that about 70% of the people now that are at that age of being married, those millennials, I don't think they should be, because they're not willing to accept the role as husbands and wives. I hate to say that, but I'm beginning to think they're not.
Also, security boss, we need to start having the discernment, and we need to start having some type of empathy, not to change, but empathy to try to understand people, because you can tell a man who speaks about these things. You could tell a man who was raised by a dad, and you could tell a man who was raised by their mama. In these situations, you can tell the complete, when a man get to talking, you like, I remember when this was about a month ago, I was listening to a panel at work, and while I was working, and I heard a man say to another man, he said, you know what, the way you're talking, it sounds like you was raised by a single mother. Were you? And the guy was triggered and he snapped, because he could tell that he was raised by a single mom. You could tell there was no inkling of a man in him. A man should know, when my wife, sometimes your wife ain't gonna be perfect. Sometimes your wife will go in there and put on something that she don't think nothing wrong with, and you have to be the deciding factor of if she gonna leave the house in it.
No, I just think that instead of trying to change the union or marriage, instead of trying to change it, we should learn what we need to learn about it and keep it pretty holy, or keep it pretty sound. It's no need to make it dirty. Nobody needs to pee in the pool. We need to keep it just like it is, because when done correctly, it works. But when we keep adding things or taking away from things, and I get it, as far as men go, you're feeling pressure. You're feeling pressure because there's not enough women that have elevated themselves enough to be the wife that need to be to have that good husband. They want to come with all these what you call them, not credentials, I'm gonna call them that, all these preferences or what have you. I got to wear what I want to wear. I'm not gonna be submissive. And I guess the men are feeling like, wow, everything but that, she's good. But that's not good when it comes to having a wife. It makes for a very sleepless night, I'm telling y'all.
And you know what, security boss, I have a friend of mine, I call him my cousin because he's so close to the family, but he got married and everything went well for a few years. And then the homegirl started talking. You know how I get, girl, you ain't did nothing in years. We used to go on girls' trips every year. What's going on? I'm married now. I got a husband. Oh my God. So you in prison? Right.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's
she
crazy.
Told her husband, changed everything, right? Because they made it, hey, when I get married, there's only you and I. Everything else is out. Ashton, we've been trying to get you to come up for the last 30 minutes, brother. Mr. Boss gonna drop the link again for you to come up. But he said this to his wife. She said, I'm gonna go on a girls' trip. We're going to the Bahamas. He said, okay. He said, we had an agreement that we wouldn't do the things that we did as single people while we were married.
Exactly. Why do we do that?
Right. And he said, but this is what he told her. And he said, I'm gonna leave it to you. He said, I don't want you to go nowhere and be uncovered. And I don't want me to be here with you not under the covers. He said, now, if you're gonna go to the Bahamas and show some ass, guaranteed while you gone, I'm gonna get some ass.
Oh no, he didn't say that, Black man.
Oh, absolutely. And he said, so you want to change what you like? He said, I see women I like every day. I'm attracted to every day. He said, but I don't do that because I'm not a single man. He said, so if you're choosing to do that, you're opening our marriage up to something that you're not gonna enjoy.
You know what? This is ridiculous. I'm like, Black, I do understand what you're saying. That's why I say to men, y'all just be patient. They're not, I don't know how many women there are out there now that are willing to be good wives and to honor a marriage and a husband. But I'm one of those ones who realized that my husband marrying me, I was a single mom. My husband marrying me was a good thing for me. I realized that, and I have a good husband. I don't know how many women will actually see the value in that. I saw it. But there are some out there that want that and will do the work to actually gain that. or position themselves to see that. But I need you all to just be patient and find those women, and don't waste your time and your mind and your spirit and your body on those other ones, because it will make you tired. It will make you tired because you have to go through so many fakes and phonies and lies. And listen, she get mad at you or whatever, and she'll fake her missing, and then you go run into her because you thought she was really kidnapped or something like that, just to get you back in her life. You don't want to have to go through that. You want a woman that is mature enough to be your wife. And I'm saying to men, y'all be patient. And I do know that our women right now are going through a very tough time. Most of it self-inflicted, but there are still some that recognize that it's better for them to be covered by good men. And those are the ones we're going to bring out.
But from a woman's perspective, Security Boss, help me understand, because when I say this to women, they get offended, right? Even the people that I work with, I'm being more open with them, trying to help them. It ain't working, but I'm trying to help them, because one of the young ladies said, I just want a husband, and I want to have a husband. I want to have kids, and I just want to be married. I'm like, that sounds wonderful. But then you come in here dressed like a slut every day. You come in here dressed like a slut. You look like a slut. You got these long eyelashes on. You got this 4 layers of makeup on. You're not who you say you are, right? And then you go into your personal life. You got a felony because you got a DUI, DWI. You don't have no license. You can't. You're not built to be a wife.
Is all that true? Is this true?
Yes.
Oh wow.
You want a husband, but you can't even drive to the store without getting stopped by you. If the police stop you, they're going to tow your car. Now you get another expense to your husband. Now you got to pay to get the car out of the shop. Now listen, she's up there telling her story. Girl, I got stopped with a DUI. I'm listening because she's talking to the women at this point. I got a DUI, girl. They took my license. They took me to jail. They towed my car. So you got all this different stuff going on in your background, and you expect a man to come into your life and make things clear. You want him to come and save you instead of y'all saving together and building together. You want him to come in and be a rescue ranger. He's not a Chippendale, but I'll rely my plane there. There go Ashton, right? What's up, boy?
Hey, Ashton, how are you?
Y'all doing all right? Doing fine.
Doing good. So, Ashton, this show was inspired by you, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
What inspired me is that question you had the other night on the barbershop when you said to the men, come on, OGs, we're in modern times now. I think that you all should come forward to modern times. It's time for men to adjust. Can you tell us? I'm going to tell you what women like, or some characteristics of some modern women. I want you to tell me, what are you willing, or if you're willing at all, to adjust for a woman? Is that fair?
Yes, ma'am. See, that's the thing. You see how I said men need to change and look at the whole board. What black man on Unfiltered say?
He said no, men are not changing.
But he turned right around and said that they changed honor and obey, and then when they used to say honor and obey, the women get to laughing and stuttering. Mm-hmm. What else happened?
Well, you're right. It was Mr. Bennett said it could have been respect and honor, or instead of obey. I'm agreeing with you, because I don't think you were here at that particular time, but we pointed out that the vows are not scriptural. It's not like a regular. It's not like a scripture. They're all this is an interpretation from what the Bible is saying. That's what we're taking away from it. But there could have been some other words used. It could have been submission. It could have been respect. It could have been cherish. It could have been any of those things that could have been agreed upon prior to them actually saying their vows in front of the church, right? Obey could have been explained. But instead of her choosing to do that, she chose to, in my opinion, I think that was disrespectful, and she wasn't covering her husband, or protecting him, I should say is a better word, at that time, because there were several men, I bet, that were in that audience that were traditional men that wouldn't have found that funny. They would have found it as somewhat a slight.
But it happened every day now, SBU.
What you mean? It happens every day. Tell us.
Well, when I go to Wednesday and a woman get the stuttering on obey and honor, everybody laugh. I sure was rolling when I first heard it, like in the 90s. I mean, it was funny then, but it ain't funny. It's like they real deal can't say it. So
Okay, so you know what that means to me. That says to me, and do you have any recollect of where those people are as in their marriages? Those people who were stuttering, are they still married?
Oh, it's dead. But that's the thing. I said that men need to change, and BMU said that they don't. They need so. But what I said last week was, if she can't sit there and just say that little simple line, if the pastor ain't the pastor supposed to stop the wedding? Is the best man not supposed to stop the wedding? So they let you go on with it. Like you should have just called it off.
Yeah, he did.
Am I right?
I think the pastor reminded her that they did talk about that at the actual, you know, either at the rehearsal or in their studies before, you know, in the counseling that they have before. I think pastor said that they did do that. Easy Money brought it up. It may have been just a joke. So I mean, I'm open to that being just, you know, comedy relief at the wedding. But
I don't think it's no joke. SBU. I mean, it's funny, but that's the wrong time to crack that joke at the wedding.
That's what I said.
I agree with you.
I get it, but that's the wrong time.
That was the wrong time for us. But if they had made a prior agreement, I could see why. Because he laughed harder than she did.
Right.
She seemed to be caught off guard. Like, I didn't know you was gonna say that. We ain't talk about that. That was her actual response. His was just chuckle, 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 laugh, laugh.
Right, because he a beta, and let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you why he a beta. Because if I'm in front, if I know the temperature of the world, if I were about to marry my wife this weekend, and I know the temperature of the world today, how people are hating on marriage ain't this, marriage ain't that, we're gonna have an understanding. We're going to get up here and take this ceremony as serious as possible. We need to be the example people need to see. So any jokes you have, you get that shit out at rehearsal. But we're not going to get it. We're not going to get up in front of our family, friends, and people and give them any doubt about marriage today. We're going to stand here as man and woman, and we're going to get married, and we're going to be the example that people need to see. We're going to show them that marriage is a beautiful thing.
Right.
SBU. So is that not change?
I don't think it's changed for women who are wives. I do think that there's a lot of.
No, what I'm saying is, if a woman can't say honor and obey, like BMU said, he need to go ahead and leave, or he need to get this shit straight.
Absolutely.
Is that not change? But
well, that's always been the case. If a woman hasn't been able to say what her role is in her vows, then all men should have left them way before that. So I guess I'm agreeing with you. Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't agree with me when you asked him about me. You catch that?
I ain't agree with what part?
You said men shouldn't change, and I was the one last week saying you shouldn't have to keep the wedding going if she can't say that.
Oh, I got what he's saying. He's saying that somebody should. Yeah, he's saying you didn't agree with him about continuing on with the wedding. Somebody should have stopped it, but they didn't. But listen to this, Ashton. There is a part where they did the nuptials, what have you, but until that marriage license is recorded, it's still not a legal marriage. And if it wasn't real, or if it was not a joke and he did get offended by it, they never have to send it off, or the pastor doesn't have to sign it. They're still apart.
Okay, SBU, let me hit you with one more saying.
Okay.
Women say they won't settle today. If you tell them if they gonna settle down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Back when I was just used to go to church, cause I know BMU he'll quote a scripture in a minute. I ain't like him with the good book. But back then, when somebody about to get married, a man about to get married, we used to walk up. I heard you finna settle down. You know what he'll say? What the man will say? He'll put a big ass smile on his face and say, "Oh, I done did everything I don't want to do."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But you ask a woman today, is she gonna settle down? She turned into the Exorcist.
What did she say? I've never seen that happen before. Tell me about that. This is new. I've never seen a woman being asked that. So tell me what it is. What did she do?
Oh, you don't hear that? SBU? You can't ask a woman to settle down.
What was her response? What is her response?
They think what they call how you said it earlier. Submission is the same thing as cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but women be trying to learn all these big ass words, and they don't know that two words can mean the same.
That was the point about obey and respect.
Yeah.
You know? That's
So
why.
so
That's
so
why
if you can't say obey, but SBU, okay, if we was married
Mm-hmm.
and somebody asked me to, my friend asked me to go out, don't you want me to say, let me check with my wife first? I ain't got to, but just me saying it, wouldn't that make your heart melt?
Of course. Just the fact that you knew to do that. You ain't even got to
Exactly.
say it. Just the fact that you
And
didn't answer yes right away, let me check on home or whatever. Yes, that means you have respect.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Me and do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That we don't say it or we don't. Oh, okay, I don't apologize, but I make up for it. But with some women, you don't apologize. I know, I get it. If I ain't gotta, I make up for it. If me saying it, if that's what grind your gears, that's the same thing as you obey. Am I wrong?
Well, yeah, but see what you're
I,
talking about now is a communication flaw. Let me say this: there's not anyone or two people that are perfect for each other right away. You get what I'm saying? We have to grow and adapt to each other, and our communication styles have to evolve. Like, right? Some people come into marriage very quiet and they don't say much of anything. Like my husband's not big on I apologize either, but he can be wrong all day, every day, and he still be like. But in his actions, I know that he realizes that, hey, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. And I get it now, but I'm 27 years in. So he doesn't have to come to me and say, baby, I apologize,
Yeah, but that's the thing. I do it on purpose. I know I apologize, but I'm making you get what I'm saying? SBU, I'm gonna make up for it.
Right.
That's just a little quirk.
Do something more. I got you.
Okay, but you get what I'm saying? You just can't say honor and obey. It ain't like what was his name, Mister? He said, "Being you." I said, "You know how to control your woman." Do I look like I'm gonna sit? That I had never met men that do this word salad game. He acting like I'm gonna have a dog collar on her neck. If I actually, you get what I'm saying? If that was actually where I was going with it, I would have been counseled in jail by now. I'm on the panel talking to y'all. Control is not control. I can't explain.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but what he was saying. Wait, let me tell you what he was saying though. In these spaces, we have to really say what we mean because people will take what we say and clip it up. And it'll be, listen, there could be a clip out here right now saying that Ashton controls and beats his wife or something crazy at the top because they'll take snippets of something, add snippets of another, and they'll put a video out there. So it's very important that we mean what we say because it does happen. And now it could have happened to him, but I mean, I understood what you meant about, controlling, meaning that you can't make your wife do nothing. I understood what you were saying, but he was right about, and it just goes to show you, Ashton, I don't know how long you've been in these spaces, but I get clipped up all the time. And women get so mad at me. I mean, it's ridiculous. But if they ever went back and watched the videos, they would see that I love women and I want women to win. But if you just looked at my videos, you would think that I was cutting. I would tell them, black man, you would think that I hated women. I'm always calling them out. I do this to women. I hate single mothers. I do all this and none of that. That's far away from the truth. But I do speak truth to women, so.
But I understand, but SBU, the simple fact, me and you have an understanding. Yeah. You get me. I don't care what another man think about me. You get my drift?
I do, but Ashton, listen.
I get it, but
he's an older man, so the iron's got to sharpen the iron. So if you can learn something from another man that's been married for a long time, and you have to be open to it. You just got to. I mean, I'm an elder in these spots. I'm old enough to be you and not black man. Well, yeah, maybe not black man's mama. But anyway, I'm older. So if someone can say, if a grown older man said something, just try to find in it what the message is. And sometimes we can't just, don't shoot the messenger. Just kind of hear what they're saying and just kind of take away from it that. But I do understand what you're saying. Because the women are uncontrollable. They are uncontrollable. And I get you're not trying to be, a man beater or basher. I get it. I see who you are. But still, Even from you, I'm taking something from you as a male, because we need to figure out how we can speak to each other in a way that we learn, and it's not so much of a debate, because I like conversations. I'm not here to try to win anything.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's the era of where we need to be. So when you are speaking to me, when I heard you say that men may need to change, I almost fell out my seat. You can ask black men what I did. Black men, tell them what I did. I mean, seriously, because I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
We can't let him think that it's okay for him to say that, because you can't forego being a man just because a woman has changed. You can't do that. We have to get our women on the right page, because you all have a purpose. You all were made first. You all were given dominion. You are head of households. You're the leaders. You're the ones that supposed to come up with the plan. You're the ones we're supposed to follow. I'm not following no woman nowhere. I'm not.
I get what you're saying, SBU. I should listen to him, but that's just always been me. My house is in check. Can't no man tell me about my woman, about my household. You can give advice, or you can try to, but I'm not one of those guys. My woman love me. I don't go through her phone. She can stay out all night. I know she coming home. I know that okay. That's why I don't change my word. I don't change my words around SBU, because I know what I got. I know what I'm looking for, and just her coming home 30 minutes late, that ain't gonna make me, oh, you cheating. I know my woman.
No.
My woman
right.
know me. So me saying the wrong word, there shouldn't be no issue. If it is, we don't need to be together.
No, I agree with
But
you.
if I understand SBU, but if another man got a problem with what I say, and my woman don't have a problem with what I say, then we can fight about it. We don't have to, but if you want to take it there, we can.
But
So
listen,
you-
Ashton, let me.
but-
Oh, go ahead, black man.
So you're saying that you're with a young lady right now, and she has that freedom to do what she wants to do.
BMU. My girl don't want no OnlyFans. She don't even like going out. I have to beg her to go out. You need to find a hobby. Here, take an extra $30, please. Go buy a mimosa or something. I know my woman.
So
Anyone I ever dated.
So Ashton,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
is that freedom, those freedoms that you give her, is that because of you and the things you want to do?
I mean, it could be, but I don't just okay. Maybe I'm just different.
No, you're not. Trust me, you're not. You're not different in that aspect. It's a lot of that, but you're not married, are you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Wait, you got time. Listen.
How long have you and the young lady been together?
Almost a year now.
Listen, Ashton, with marriage, there comes responsibility and sacrifice. Now, the reason why I do, and I'm just going to speak for myself and Mr. Boss, who's my husband, you may not know it, but Mr. Boss is always here with me. You may not know anything about
Yes,
me,
ma'am.
but we're always here together. We sacrificed for our relationship because we wanted to be tight. He wanted me to be his best friend, and I wanted to be that. Meaning, if I'm ever feeling as though I need something, an outlet or a mimosa or whatever, he was going to be the first person that I go to, but let's go get this mimosa. We never felt like that we were going to be bothering each other or too much overwhelming to each other. Now,
Yes,
listen,
ma'am.
maturity came with that. That's a mature relationship that we found ourselves in. I do realize sometimes people be like, I need my space or what have you and all of that. That's a bit different when you come to marriage, because you may not notice and it may not even happen to you, and I pray that it doesn't, but I'm sure that your woman and yourself are two good-looking people, right? There are still
Yes,
other
ma'am.
people. There are still other people out in the world that sees that and would find that attractive to them also. Now, you may say to me, but SB, if she gonna cheat on me, I don't want to be with her. I agree to that, but you still have to protect your relationship, because temptation and all those things are very real. It's very real that as a man in a relationship, you may look more attractive. It's very
Yeah.
real that a man that smells good may be just more tempting, you know. But if you're not
I get exactly what you're saying.
okay,
My woman can meet Eldridge. What's his name? The
Idris.
German one, the black one. Eldridge Boy.
Yeah.
Any woman I ever dated, she would not try to flirt with that man. Try to get his number. I like your movies. I'm gone. Nice to meet you. I don't have to worry about my woman cheating. If I'm talking to you, I trust you. I'm not worried about you. You get what I'm saying?
So are you planning on marrying her?
No, I mean that's with any relationship that I'm in. That's the stuff I look for. If I got to worry about you cheating, then I don't need to be with you. If I got to question your loyalty, maybe you hanging with your friends, but cheating on me with a man, no.
No, but are you planning on marrying her?
You trying?
Yeah, I'm just trying. Oh, she around there listening. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I got you. We'll talk about it.
Hey man, listen, you should have married her. Listen, I ain't gonna hold back. I'm not gonna hold back, man to man. If that woman is who you say she is, and you gotta force her to do the things that she don't want to do, and she in there taking care of your black ass, you need to marry her.
Absolutely. Black man said it. I didn't.
Be on you, but that's
matter of fact, give me an invitation. I'm coming.
Be on you. That's what I'm saying. But that's the stuff that I look for. I don't have to worry about a person cheating.
And it sounds like you have it though.
Yes, but that's in a relationship. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's me.
So why are we playing around, black man? Black man, ask him why he playing around.
Why are you playing with this woman if she's everything that you say she is? Then you should be marrying this woman. I ain't no time out.
She closed down.
Ain't no time out. Get on your ass.
Who's got headphones on?
Know what I'm saying, y'all? It ain't the cheating part. It just be maybe a little argument on a Sunday when it's raining.
So
you know what I'm saying? Like,
so when you gonna have?
See, know what I'm saying, y'all? I tell you how good I got it with anybody. Everybody want me to marry. Chill out, Jesus. But that's. Some people look for stuff that they want, and they don't get the stuff that they need. If you get my drift, SBU.
Black Bill, you crazy.
What he saying? I know he.
Black Bill like a conquering king, crazy man. I love Black Bill with a conquering king.
What he saying? Don't let BMU. Oh gosh, can you see it? Don't let BMU pressure you into something ish. you ain't ready. Keep banning 1 year ain't enough time. Come on, Black. How much longer?
Hey, BMU. Let me ask you this. Why do you supposed to need a little red Manosphere pill thing? Because you big, you can't get no woman. They be saying that all the time. That's crazy.
I don't know, brother.
I'm just. That's all I see in the chat. Oh, you big, brother. That ain't stop nothing.
Well, Ashton, you know what? Most of the big dudes are on YouTube. You know, we need to get our help together. But other than that, some of the women who never turn their cameras on. The other day, I had an opportunity to see a woman that talked a whole lot of stuff, turn her camera on. And boy, I say, good, don't you ever say nothing else about nobody else.
It wasn't good.
Security about. I mean, this is one of the people that come on everybody's panel, never turn their camera on, talking crazy to everybody, what she got, who she is, how she look. And the other day, somebody brought her up from the back of the back of the StreamYard. And she got to turn her camera off, and they saw her face for the first time. Security boss, let me tell you something.
Has she ever been here? Has she ever been here? No.
Yes.
She done been here?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. It went right though, right?
Ooh. Don't say nothing about nobody else. Leave it alone.
But yeah, it's be you. That's all I'm saying. If us as men, if we can say, if we can smile when somebody say, I heard you settling down. You know, crack a little joke. But if my woman sit there and say in my face, she ain't settling down with no man.
That's the wrong woman. She's not wanting to be your wife.
Exactly.
Well, listen, I can't say that because it all depends on what you're doing. If your intentions are not to be married, then let it be what it is.
No, I ain't talking about me. I'm talking about these folks in this manosphere and YouTube that keep getting a divorce and
Oh, well, see, you know what?
Hell,
It's a little different over here because we're pushing standards and we're pushing elevation, and our standards over here have gotten black men at least what 6 couples we're taking responsibility for. We've gotten at least 6 couples married over here within the last year and a half.
And you on deck.
You on deck. Telling you, I don't know where my brother Trey at. I ain't seen Trey in a couple of weeks. I don't know what he
He
doing.
probably done went got married somewhere.
I hope he's okay because we
Him
ain't
and
seen
Sugar
Trey.
Bum.
No, I wouldn't let him marry Sugar Bum. Nah. Look, if y'all real concerned about that, you know how y'all said y'all. No, I said that because Sugar Bum belongs to Cheeky, the virgin. Y'all know they got that baby. Come on, y'all. Y'all trying to think that. I just didn't want Cheeky. I didn't want Sugar Bum's body count to go up. She with the virgin. Y'all stop that. Y'all know they got that baby.
Whew.
Acting like y'all
Hey,
don't
but
know.
you know what's scary, boss? A lot of women out here do have YouTube vaginas.
Huh?
They have a lot of subscribers.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. YouTube vaginas. What you talking about?
They have a lot of subscribers.
What that mean?
A lot of people that have hit the button.
Okay, black man. I am not going there with you because I don't know what you're talking about right now. But let's get back to this. Let's get back because you done lost me on that one. So okay. So let's get back to Ashton. Ashton, so in other words, you were really not trying to alter anything as a man. You was just saying that it's modern times now. So if women are having problems saying obey, then if we accepting these women, we have just altered vows. Is that what you said? That's pretty much what you were saying. It's not that you agree with it. It was just it is happening. Am I right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. But if they got to take honor and obey out the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, no, wait a minute, hold on. They're not taking it out the Bible. Wait a minute.
Well, they taking it out the wedding.
The vows. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Without the vows.
Mm-hmm.
When have they ever changed anything around for the man?
No, the man's job has always been to provide, the provision, to protect and to love and all of that, to be God-fearing. That's always been the man's role in marriage. He's supposed to love his wife like Christ loved church. Exactly. You're right. That's what a man's supposed to do. Kingdom men are supposed to do that. That's marriage.
I was just checking.
That's marriage. I wouldn't want a man to change that. That tells me he's got a fear up in him that would make him act right. Without that, he may be subject to all things. He is. So what's going to keep him? What's keeping him?
You see how she questioned our loyalty already being on you?
No, I don't question. No,
we
I don't.
We ain't even say that we don't want to be providers.
Haven't you realized that these women got money? Haven't you realized that?
SBU, they not spending it on their man.
Okay, that means that's not the woman that you should marry. Don't even entertain them women.
Hey, blink twice if you need help.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Blink twice.
Most women. No, I ain't saying me. I got mine. Don't do. You see what I'm saying? Don't do that. I'm just saying what I see.
Give us a sign. These women, let us know.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a prime example.
Is it peaceful? Let us know.
Yeah. It's good.
We can save you if you need to.
No, I'm Gucci over here.
We're just joking.
Yeah,
but no. Okay, SB, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Okay, so I was dating this girl. She was probably I think she was like a CEO of the company. So I like to paint the whole picture. So they pay for her gas. This is what pisses me off. Women be sitting up here watching other women go on these trips. They think they going on these trips, a girl trip, but the job pay for the gas. They pay for the hotel. They pay for her food. Women think that a man supposed to pay for it, but this other girl she saw on Instagram, her company paid for it. The job even paid for the house. SBU. They were gonna pay for the loan, the rentals. I couldn't even ask how much she put down on it. She didn't want to tell me. SBU.
Why? Oh, because she didn't put anything down on it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We are us as men. We already know you don't move in with no woman.
Right.
But the fact she didn't want to tell me that the job was gonna pay for the house. little shit like that.
Okay,
So
that's
if
a lack of
that's
trust, though. I mean, that relationship is not going anywhere. I mean, listen, Ashton, all I'm saying to
no,
you
no, no,
is,
no. That was. I'm just saying that was the last relationship. But the fact,
okay.
little stuff like that. If you can't tell me that the job paying for it, what you gonna do? You, if I would have the job paying for our lunch, why I gotta pull
Oh,
out
you
my card?
you gonna put out your money so she could take your money from you, or
Yeah,
keep
listen,
all the money from the lunch. I got you.
yeah,
She
little
gonna
shit like that.
her little
SBU.
stipend, the stipend she gonna keep and put in her pocket and let you pay for the food.
No, she had to pay nothing. The job gonna pay for it. But the fact you just want to see me pay for it.
Yeah, but the job pays from receipts. They keep these receipts, and
Yeah,
then they give the receipts back to the job, and the job reimburses them. So she's gonna have you pay for everything and get all the money from the receipts. That's what she's gonna do.
It's just a simple fact. She paid for everything else, but when we get to the restaurant, you looking when the bill comes. But I'm knowing the job pay for it. That one time, I.
Like,
That's
I
when
think
you
you need to
decide to
send us
test
a
me.
sign. He need to send us a sign. Blink,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah.
blink
'Cause he
twice.
talking
No,
He start
I'm just saying,
whispering.
like that's when you decide to test me. Like you done took me out like 5 times, but the 6th time, that's when you just whistling and shit. Like
Ashton, listen,
I get it, but
I
damn,
don't think
you could at least say, can you get it this time? But I'm just saying, SBU, that's your test.
I just don't think that sounds like that last young lady wasn't someone that was interested in becoming a wife. See, a wife moves a little different. A woman who's interested in being a wife, she moves a little different. She cares about the man that she's dating. She's considerate of you, meaning that you might take her out one night and then the next night she takes you out, or she pays or what have you, or she may cook in her home and invite you over. Stuff like that. It's more of her. She's giving more. She's in consideration. She's not always taking and thinking of herself. That's what a woman that you can work with, a willing woman. That's what that kind of looks like. I'm not saying she's going to be a perfect woman. And definitely not telling you she needs to be washing your clothes because she's not your wife. But you need to know that she's keeping a good home for herself, and definitely make sure she's keeping a good, clean car. Because if she's not keeping a good, clean car, she's not wife worthy.
Right. And if she, and look,
SBU, I understand.
You
I
got
understand
access
that
to the
woman
first
stuff.
4 floors. You need to get access to the penthouse. And the only way to do that is to go to the courthouse.
Listen,
we talking about them washing clothes stuff. SBU, I wash the clothes. I put the hot water. It ain't no problem to me. You get what I'm saying?
Wait a minute,
ain't no
y'all
problem.
living together? Y'all living together?
No. No, I'm just saying. You brought up the washing like that.
Well,
Stuff like that ain't no problem.
Blink twice if she's there right now. Blink twice if
I can talk about anything. I can talk about anything. I got it like that. I don't know what y'all. I don't know.
Oh, you leaning back now.
Left. I ain't one of them.
Black man, get him again. When you get married?
I ain't R-Pain.
Black man, ask him when he get married.
When you get married?
We can get married tomorrow if she want to.
She don't left.
He looking mad now. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Talk your talk, boy.
Yeah, go ahead. Out loud.
Yeah, y'all really thought I ain't have it like that.
Hey, Ashley, hold on. Matter of fact, we're gonna make it a SB exclusive. Ask her right now.
Ask her now.
If I tell her to jump, she gonna say how high.
Black man, she done left the house.
She hit him in the head. Oh,
you saw a little baby. Don't do me like that, man. Don't do me like that.
You're too funny. You are too funny. She's gonna have Ashton all hemmed up.
But you see how I'm sitting up here laughing and playing with y'all. Why am I arguing with a man that I don't know about my woman? If anybody can come tell my woman anything about me and she believe it, we don't need to be together. Because if somebody can say, "Oh, I saw your woman cheating," you know what I'm do? I'm gonna ask my woman first. I ain't gonna accuse her of nothing. I really ain't even gonna ask her. I know my woman.
But some men are not that secure. Like
they not. But I'm not one of them.
But guess what? There are some some missing moments or missing hours in a day that are unaccounted for. Women know when men are not being faithful or having too much time out, or and it causes for too much separation. Does bring up some insecurities sometimes. That's why I say, and I'm sure Black men will too, that I pour into Mr. Boss. He's gonna be the one I want to spend my time with. I am not going on the girls' trip, but I have grown to be that way. I'm an adult woman, and that's where my, that's my loyalty. That's my. Guess what? He pays for stuff. I don't want to go out with some woman and have you know how they split the bill 2 ways. Ain't nobody doing that.
It's be. Want me to tell you something? Want me to tell you how I know women don't know men?
Don't know men?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me how.
When we was growing up, BMU, what did married men tell you need to do to keep a woman?
Let me think. I heard a whole lot, but
Black man, your uncles was out there.
She always right. She always right.
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, you want to know no, that's not how they said it. Do you want to be right?
That's it.
Do you want to be right, or do you want to be married? That was
but that's the same thing at SBU.
But Ashton, those people, listen, and if I can say this, and I mean it's not applying to all, I don't think those were the best examples of marriages. Because I think a lot of times those men that said that, I'm gonna use what's his name, Denzel. What was the movie, Black man? What's the movie called?
Which one?
The one where Denzel had the woman down the street, and his.
You talking about a movie? I'm talking about. I remember what he said in real life. He said he shut up and do what she says. That's what he said in real life. I don't know about the movie.
But that's not a good example in real life, because you want your husband to be the leader. You want to show him appreciation. I want my husband to have a big, strong chest. I mean, really.
SBU.
Yes.
Your man, you should already know your man.
Oh, I do.
Just like I said, I don't have to say, let me check with my wife, but I'm going to say it.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Point? I'm just saying, what's your point, though? I'm just telling you how
you should already know your man. You should have to question them.
Question about what?
Just anything. Just question his loyalty. You should already know your man. If you got to worry about your man, if you got to go through his
mine, I don't.
Yeah, that's SBU. You think every other woman like that?
No, I think that there are some women that question their man's loyalty. I absolutely do. But I'm telling you, that's because those are relationship problems. Not everyone has seen a good example of a marriage. And I think
they haven't.
Right. So when you use those people from our past, that like Black man said, some of his uncles might have said as many women you knock down is better for you. Or you have some women that are telling their daughters, don't let your right hand know what your left hand, or don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing, and they be stealing money out of the daddy's pocket and wallet and stuff. That's not good. That's not good advice for a young woman going into a marriage. That shouldn't happen. None of that should happen. We should learn to operate outside of dysfunction. See, right now we do a whole lot of dysfunctional junk, and we have accepted that to be, this is the way marriage should be. And it's not right. So what happens is when we get tired of it, or when it no longer works, then our marriages start to get like, okay, now what? What we gonna do? How we gonna do this? How we gonna function? And a lot of times we don't know how to work through. We don't have what they call it, Black men. We don't have what you call it when you work out something. Gosh.
Understanding.
But it's I done heard a lot of negative stuff growing up.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I'm having
conflict resolution. I'm sorry, y'all.
There you
conflict
go.
Resolution.
I can sit here and say I'm not jaded. I'm happy in my relationship. Like everybody can't say that, and they probably don't hear way worse stuff than us.
But Ashton, I'm gonna have to tell you, you're gonna have to stop too, because you're not trying to make that woman honest. Y'all playing around.
Maybe not tomorrow, but I don't want to say when. I'm on a panel.
Okay, well, listen. Stop having sex.
My business.
Stop having sex. Get your mind right. Stop having sex. Let me talk to her. Where's she at?
Where did it come from? Stop having sex. Like, what they gonna do? I just sat here and said, if I tell John, say hi. It's be you. The same way she came here and hit me in the head with a skillet yet. I got mine.
Ask that question again. What is what gonna do?
I said the same thing. I said I tell a woman to jump and she gonna say hi. She ain't ran in here and hit me in the back of the head with a skillet.
I ain't saying
I'm secure. She's secure.
I'm talking about.
I get what you say. Marriage ain't the problem right now. Like we ain't gonna talk about that.
No, marriage has never been a problem. It's always been the people
The
involved.
solution.
It's always been the people involved. But you
Yeah,
got
so why y'all bum rushing me?
We're not. I'm trying to have a conversation. Y'all need to listen, Ashton. I don't want you to regret any part of what you said tonight. She sounds like an outstanding woman. I am wishing you all the best. I do hope that marriage is in your future whenever you decide to, make that happen. I'm serious. This is a serious point. But
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
meantime, be careful, preserve yourself, and not allow. Because see, y'all think condoms and Plan B, all that stuff really works. And I guess on surface, it probably does. But you got to understand there's something that's bigger than us that's in control of the situation. And I don't want you all to put yourself in a situation that you're not ready for. It would be best if you can be intentional about what you're doing, get married, have the children if that's what you want, and do it all in that order in your own time. But I just think sometimes when we play around, unexpected things happen.
Right. Let me ask you a question, Ashley. Why are men? This is for the men out there that are single like yourself. Why is it now? Because I realize it now as I've gotten older. But why is it that men are so quick to, when they have a good woman now, not no trash woman? Why is it so quick for a man to go to the bedroom, but he's slow to go jump the broom?
Ashton,
My
that
honest
question is for
opinion.
you.
Oh shit!
My honest opinion. Women
I see that.
are
I see that
bigger
frying pan. Did you just say woman? Did you say woman?
Women are bigger narcissists than men. Like a man probably lying or something, but a woman is hiding who she really is until that she probably get that ring.
So how long does it take to figure out? How long is the vetting process?
BMU, a woman can hide it as long as she wants. BMU, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I know you like saying that word alpha male. You may be one of them. You are. You control the room. You got your woman. But if you weren't paying attention, she could got enough composure to hide it. If you wasn't 20/20 vision, if you weren't paying attention or you was just lacking, if it was any other man, I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying, if she was trying to hide it from you or another man, she could. Some women are like that. They good at that.
So you're saying in this courtroom, you're saying, sir, that the reason that you're not rather go to the
I ain't say me. I ain't say me. See why y'all keep making it anecdotal? I ain't no single mother. Don't do me like that.
Hold on, I want to ask you a direct question though. For you, what's holding you back?
Okay.
Is it you need more vetting time? You need to get to know her more, like so men can understand that what a man like you who has a good woman, what the process looks like. Can you give us a reflection of what that looks like?
I mean, I don't want to half step it. I want to, if when I go all in, I want to, we need $500 more for the flowers. We need to get out along. I want to, when we go, we going the full length. We can't go out on our honeymoon one night. We got to stay in because we $100 short. Like, I need all that covered, plan, everything, the whole 9 yards. She got a new car for the wedding, a gift, a push present. I need all that.
So basically, you're saying that you need to build a certain amount of materialistic things before you make the commitment to marry her.
I don't have to, but I just when I'm ready, I'm ready. But I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be looking over my shoulder saying, "Damn, maybe we shouldn't have did this," because the wedding may be big. She don't even want to be wedding. She really prefers to go to Vegas. But if I want to go out an extra night, or you know what I'm saying,
right?
I want to make sure we cover.
Well, marriage is sacrifice. So what you would have to do is if I could say something here, I would cut the cost. If she don't want a big wedding, I go to the courthouse.
Yeah, but she say that, but I don't want that. I mean, I just want to make sure it's good.
So you Groomzilla?
No, but I'm just saying, you know, I know I like women. I know feminists. I can hang with them.
Well,
I ain't
why
gonna
would
get to
you-
argue with them. I know women. I just want to make sure everything's straight. I know she probably get to arguing because they bridezillas on the day of they wedding. I get it. I
So,
just
So
want to make
so
sure
this
everything.
woman that you have been telling us for the last 30 minutes is the bomb and would make an outstanding wife. That's what I'm hearing you say. You still have reservations about marrying her because she may be bridezilla. Is that what you're saying? I mean, she's all of a sudden going to revert to bridezilla.
No, oh my God.
That's what you just you said. She's the bomb. She don't want much. She just this and this.
No,
way.
I just say
Cool.
I just say I know women. You know,
Okay, well, if you know women, you know that
she may
woman
want to
wanna be
push
married.
present.
A push present. What you mean? Is she pregnant?
Nah, I just want to make sure I have it all down the line. Like
Oh, you
all
playing
planned.
games. You playing games. You
No,
playing games.
that's how my daddy did it. I want to make sure I do it too.
How you know?
Every 2 years on Valentine, every 2 years on Valentine's Day, my mama get a brand new car.
How you know what your daddy did?
That's my daddy.
You wasn't there.
How you gonna tell me what my daddy did?
Oh, you was there when your mom and daddy got married. You was there when your mom and daddy got married.
No, but I'm just saying.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Were you there when you and your mom, when your daddy and mom got married? Were you there?
Ben, you know your mama got a brand new car every 2 years, don't it? It don't matter if you was there or not.
You the one who said you. That was after the fact. I'm talking about when they said their nuptials. How was that? Did he get her a car going into the marriage and was like, babe, this is because this is what you deserve as my wife. I'm getting you a car as your bridal gift or whatever, bride's gift, whatever. Did he say that? Or do you know that? Did your dad
No,
tell you
he don't say it. He just pull up with it.
You just trying, you know what? I'm gonna need.
No, y'all want traditional men, but y'all don't want outstanding men. That's crazy. How you gonna be mad if I want to be outstanding? Perfection.
Wait a minute. I have an outstanding man. Now, who?
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just saying. How y'all gonna be?
It sounds like your woman is an outstanding woman. Also, from just the words you said, we haven't heard her do anything.
And I don't think she gonna want all that.
And you
I think she just wants you.
Yeah,
I know she don't, but I want it for her.
Oh wow.
Is that a problem?
No,
She
just
ready
build
for
it
me to get
together.
married, so
Just build it together.
okay.
And then listen, Black says marriage is a very important business deal. Do you think marriage is a business deal, Ashton?
I mean, if y'all enjoy each other,
Did you hear what Anissa said?
Anissa been going crazy over here. What?
Anissa said, "You see what women have to deal with today."
Uh-oh. What is it being indecisive? Because he's very indecisive right now. And I think
how
he's
does indecisive?
because if you gotta because it ain't because listening to you all, there are not, and I agree, because I see them all the time myself. I'm not gonna lie, women are difficult. So if you got a good one that is willing to be your wife and she's doing all these things and she's doing them right, and you still having reservations about her, then that says a lot.
Well, we should bring Anissa. I think we should bring Anissa.
Who said what? Who said you having reservations? You just gave us a whole list. You said I want to make sure I got that.
She not rushing. I'm not rushing. We enjoy.
So, let me ask you a question. Where do you need to? What do you already have it planned out? What you need to have in order for her to make her an honest woman?
I mean, she already an honest woman. I got it like that.
So you already know in your mind as a man what you need, the number you need financially, the house you need, everything you need. You know what you need, and you're working toward that right now.
I feel like this is an intervention. Why y'all keep asking?
Listen, all I can say is, Ashton, give her my channel or give her my email address, and I'm gonna find her a husband. Because ain't no good woman. And Mr. Boss just agreed.
It's be you. If she ain't gonna talk to Idris or Bar, whatever his name is.
What you say?
Idris or Bar. I ain't that good looking, but
you said if she won't talk to him, I can't. If she won't talk to him, I can't find anybody for her. Is that what you saying?
Yeah. Okay. You do better than that.
All right. No, I believe she's probably gonna wait for you. we're just kidding with you. Actually, I hope you know that. But listen, let's take a moment. Oh my goodness. And read these super chats. Thank you, Dre. It says 2 Timothy 4:3, Romans 10:3, maybe better BMU. Okay. Oh, you know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
God,
yeah.
has it been that long, y'all, since I read super chats? I'm
Yes.
sorry, but thank y'all so much. It won't be the masses as the only a few will get it. Matthew 7:14. The Bible says 25%. We can't be unequally yoked. So there you go.
Andre Dale also said, man, it ain't about no number.
JG, thank you so much for your $4.99 super chat. It's so sad we are making idols faster, going to God's slower. Wow. Go. JG, I got something to say to that, but I ain't gonna even say it. Y'all don't want y'all to throw me away today. Thank you again, Dre, for your $5 super chat. They want the authority of men. This is women. The benefit of woman and the responsibility of a child. The older not teaching the young women. They're being Stella, like the groove back lady.
They liars, bro. They liars.
Yeah, they are lying. Is that no? Thank you, Trigger Mike. I'm back to Dre. Thank you, Dre, for your $5 super chat. That's on him, not her. He knew before or he didn't properly vet. They're trying to do marriage without God and discernment. She can't hide, listen to hear. Thank you. Trigger Mike, thank you so much for your $10 super chat. Salute SB and BMU. My guy Ashton is trying to get his YouTube game up. Help him out. Ashton, are you trying to get your YouTube game up? I'm going to need for you to draw a square and stand on it. Is that the marriage square or is that the single guy square? Which one is it? Which one gonna get you the most? Which one gonna get you the most followers? That's hard, ain't it? Mr. Milner, how are you doing? It's good to see you tonight. This is a biblical. There is a biblical and natural blueprint to a successful marriage. Absolutely. Without structure, mission, purpose. Let's slow down because Ashton, can you read that for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
David Miller, $20. There's a biblical and natural blueprint to a successful marriage. The chat's going up on my phone. I can't read on my TV. I can't read the rest.
Without structure.
Without structure, mission, purpose, duty, intention, commitment, honor, and love. It is bound to fall. It is not. I can't. The chat in the middle of the.
Okay. So I'll read it to you because I want it to flow here. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SBUR Radio. David Miller, your $20 super chat says there is a biblical and natural blueprint to a successful marriage. Without structure, mission, purpose, duty, intention, commitment, honor, and love, it is bound to fail. It's not rocket science, but requires care and maintenance.
Did you hear that, Ashton?
Mm-hmm.
Structure, mission, purpose, duty, intention, commitment, honor, and love. It's bound to fail if you don't have those things.
Money line, I'ma run it every time.
Give me.
Going up, money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine.
Thank you, Mr. Milner. You are the sponsor of tonight's show. Thank you so much for that. And guess what? That comment goes straight to Ashton. This is something that he needs to take with him. Can you put that in your back pocket, Ashton? Will it fit? No. Where's woman at, black man? We need to get his woman involved. What was that? Dr. Steele, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. Ashton, what do you think a marriage should look like? Ooh. Ashton, they are very hard on you tonight. I don't know why. You have any idea?
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, bro.
Uh-oh. It's getting hot. It's getting hot in here on Ashton. So anyway, black man, y'all.
No, my dog was barking. I'm sorry.
I thought that was the sound effect over there with black man.
No, I'm sorry. My dog barking.
She sent the dog in there to get him.
Yeah, so listen, black say ish sounds stressful. I'm assuming that's supposed to be stressful. But listen, Ashton has been definitely a good sport. But listen, guys, if you do have a good woman, which he's definitely said this woman is a good woman, you have to ask yourself, why are you playing? Why have you not went and asked her to marry you? Because good women are hard to find, y'all. We got Anissa up here. Anissa y'all ain't nobody found Anissa yet, I don't think. She might not be, I don't know. Anissa might have a man, black man. What you think?
Oh, yeah, she hiding. His name Bartholomew Wilson. He over there probably right now.
Bartholomew.
Yeah, Bartholomew Wilson. He over there right now.
Okay.
Probably with some. He probably got baby oil on, running through the house with a plastic bag on his back. All kind of stuff. Just
Got baby oil on in the plastic bag.
Yep. This will be to get me.
What kind of games are they playing? All right, guys, listen. It is time for us to go. Thank you guys so much for being here. Ashton, thank you so much for being here. You have been definitely a trooper. You are invited back anytime you're willing to tell us everything about what goes on in your relationship. Just kidding. But comment section, the live, y'all have been excellent. Black man, you know you're always an excellent co-host. I appreciate you so much. Y'all make sure you go over to Black Man's channel tomorrow at 8:30. Was it Eastern? No, I'm 9:30 Eastern. 8:30.
8:30 Central.
8:30 Central. We're gonna go over there and find out what's going on, y'all. But until then, Black man, you got something you want to talk about?
No. I seen the title of tomorrow's show is "Shit Parents Disown Children When Their Beliefs Disagree with Their Lifestyle."
All right, guys. Listen, y'all have a good night. We will see you all soon.
Let's take it back for this started. You want the love, I don't got it. You screaming, stay, please don't go. Don't think it's in me to listen to foe. It's so different with distance we roam into zones where nothing get heard anymore. I just wish I was home when I stepped through front door, but instead I'm alone and completely unsure. And even though you're screaming out with the best of intentions, I don't get it. Why do you always gotta ask me to stay? Why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. Say, why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. See, I've been lost in my thoughts, and my thoughts they too scared to usher you off. Sorry, Mom, I just thought you were my world. Now you're not. And I'm just sitting, smoking, sloping in the days, cause my days ain't been the same since I drove here. I remember the way you wrote letters in blue ink. You and me was in love. Think about what your crew think. I know your moms probably think I'm a bastard. Your pops probably want to beat my death and take a in my casket. But I got sick of fighting, bickering, fussing over nothing, cussing. Instead of watching the death of discussions that we once had, days that we once spent in the backseat of our cars, reading poets at sunset. It's funny how love can pull out the foreground, get pushed into the back of your mind. We used to twist a spliff and laugh and relax. Are you crying? And I'm trying to find a reason, so I ask, does forever ever happen, or is it always fade to black? I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road. I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road.